everybody is doing well. So thank you so much for being here. We are going to take a look into who is coming towards you and why. And I'm going to use some different types of oracles to get a better look at how you know who this is. So that's going to be a little bit different from what I normally do. And then we are going to use this is actually the Time Traveler's Oracles to pick a pile. We're going to do 4 piles. So let's get started. Now we'll turn these over. I'm just going to go ahead and pick all the cards first. If you want to skip over to the meditation after the intro, then you're more than welcome to do that. Timestamps for that will be down below. Okay, so pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Okay, so let's see what we have. Pile 1, y'all have number 39, transcending. Okay. Pile 2, y'all have number 22, leadership. Okay. Pile 3, it says number 4, boundaries. Okay. And number 4 is 20, healing. Okay. All right, guys. So if you need it, you can use the meditation to pick a pile. Just pause it and close your eyes. And when you take a deep breath and blow your air out, which pile do you most feel drawn to? There may be more than one message. Sometimes that happens when we have more than one thing coming towards us, of course. Sometimes that can get kind of confusing. You can kind of get into a reading and then say to yourself, you know, this kind of sounds like something that I feel like could be my situation, but it just sounds familiar, you know. Keep in mind that sometimes, depending on how consumed we are by someone else's energy or how, you know, frequently we are with that person, how much we know about that person and we think about their situation, all these things can be factors into the messages that come through in the readings. It just depends on what the energy is. So if that's the case, this could be somebody that's very close to you and it may be their story. And if that's true, then maybe there's some kind of a message that you can gain from this, where you can give them some advice or plant some seeds to kind of help them in that situation so that they can kind of expect what's coming, right? Because these are all about knowing what to expect or knowing what is coming towards you. That way you're better prepared. So keep that in mind as well. And then also, I don't know why I didn't say this, but you have Atlantis, ancient Egypt here, the Great Wall of China, and then Greece, okay? So, like I said, timestamps for everything will be down below, and I will see you at your pile. Hey, pile 1. So if you chose number 39, transcending, and this is from Atlantis here. Okay, so who's coming towards you? Well, there's a couple of things I want to point out first on this card before we start getting the oracles. And one of them has to be these dolphins that are all around this card. Dolphins do represent friendship to me. They represent soul connection, also playfulness and fun. So my intentions in this reading are hoping that this is going to be someone that's just coming towards you in a playful way. You have transcending. So this could be something that is evolving or changing. There's something shifting between you and someone, or in a connection, and a soulmate connection. Also, you know, it's like Atlantis is being revealed, you know. So I think that it means that there's some kind of hidden treasure or something to do with the relationship that could be being revealed to you soon, or like something shifting or changing within that dynamic that could be being revealed to you in some sort of way. that you just haven't seen before. This could have to do with emotions because there is a lot of water here. 39 could also be really important. It could be your age. I know it is mine. It's my age. That's why it makes me want to say that. 3 is a number of also expansion and growth, which is kind of what we're seeing here. And then the number 9 would be like wrapping up a cycle, wrapping up a chapter. So what I'm getting at is whoever's coming towards you, I think you already have some sort of connection or friendship or bond with this person. Or this could be a soulmate here. But I feel like you're going to go into a more fun, playful type of relationship with this person, or there's just a whole nother dynamic of this relationship that's being shifted or changes or evolving in some way. It's going to mean a lot to you, especially emotionally. There's a lot of back and forth of water that I'm feeling, so a back and forth of emotions that are here. And that might be like an upgrade that you have in this connection. And it's like a hidden treasure that's being shown to you. So for some of you, you may already know this person. You may already be in a connection with this person. And I think there's just some sort of level that's closing out and a new cycle or a new level of the relationship that's opening up. Okay? Okay. Let's see if we can figure out who this is. How would you know who this person is? Okay, so sorry guys, I had to pause for a second. I wanted to get some different cards out with this that I had forgotten about that I even had. Okay, so we're going to start with some characteristic cards first, and then we'll get into all that. Okay, so who is this person? How do you know who this person is? How do you know who this person is? For pile 1, who's coming towards them? Who is this person that's coming towards them? Who's this person that's coming towards? Who's the person that's coming towards pile 1? We have the Butcher. That's a ruthless energy. We have the Educator. Oh, this is someone that just is very straight talking. They kind of cut to the chase, you know. This is someone that they may be smart, but it may be in an educated way. So this is someone that really like learns things, and they educate themselves on a lot of things, and so they feel like they're really knowledgeable. So this may be why they come across as kind of ruthless, where they just cut straight to the point, right? Okay, 2 cards just came out. You have Farmer here, and then also the Fool. So it's funny what I'm getting with this, with the Fool energy, with Farmer. Farmer, it has to do with growth, like what you're good at growing, right? Or what you can grow. But with the Fool being here, and this is a card of ignorance or impulsiveness, rashness. So it could be that this person jumps into things without getting the full idea of how to grow something, or this is someone that may be a little bit naive or innocent or even ignorant to how to grow something, or what to grow, or what to do, or where they are. They could be someone that's still like trying to find their way, you know, that kind of energy. Okay. See, they're both looking off into the distance. Even the dog is. So this person may be in a place to where they're trying to like figure out maybe what it is they want to be committed to or loyal to, with what they're investing, you know, into with harvest. Okay. Definitely, this person may be in a place to where they're going through a new beginning, and they are kind of, you know, innocent, or like this person may be in a place to where they've took some kind of leap of faith. Maybe they were pushed into that in some way. Okay, so as I describe this person, the bottom of the deck says stranger, though. Passes by, encountered by chance, mutual aid, and new friend. So this can be somebody that is a new friend. But, we did talk about this transcending and this new beginning here. So this could be somebody that you may feel like you're still getting to know if you do already know who this is. Like if I was describing them here and you're like, oh, I know exactly who this is. Then I feel like this is somebody that you're seeing differently or you're still getting to know. You may be seeing different side to this person. It's like, who is this person? This person's a stranger. But for some of you, you have boss here too. This person may be going through some sort of transition. That's what we see here. So with stranger, you know how like when you say, well, hey, stranger. Do y'all say that? I don't know. We say that around here. If you haven't seen somebody in a long time, you say, well, hey, stranger. And that keeps like playing in my head. So maybe it's somebody you haven't seen in a while. But this encounter by chance could also be, this could be somebody that it was like a chance encounter meeting this person. They may be trying to educate you here on something, but they're coming across a little ruthless. This could be somebody that makes you feel ignorant at times. Like, have you ever met somebody and they say something and you're like, how do you even know that? Like, how do you know that? Like, how do you know that information? I really feel like this is someone that really studies a lot. Like, studies a lot of things. I almost said multifaceted, and that's the word or the phrase that stuck in my head, but I'm not even sure if I said that right. But tell me more about this person and how you would know this person. Procrastination master. Okay, so this is somebody that is a procrastinator. You would know this about this person. So what would you definitely know about this person? Even if this is someone new that you're just meeting, it's a stranger, then this is somebody you're immediately recognizing them as someone that puts things off. They may even have some ADHD tendencies, which I can relate to this, so I know what I'm talking about, where they start something and they don't finish it. They move on to the next thing. It's so fun to clean my house when I'm in that mode, because I'm like, wait, was I doing laundry? Because now I'm in the bathroom scrubbing the floor. I don't know what happens in my brain, but so they could resonate with that, and you could recognize that with this person. But they could just also be somebody that really procrastinates. They could put things off last minute. Something you're immediately noticing about them, or you already know. How would you know who this is? For sure know who this is. It's coming towards you. We have passive aggressive notes writer. Okay, so this is somebody that's leaving you. This ruthlessness is stepping into this for sure. So someone that you feel like at times is a little passive aggressive, and makes you think. You ever have somebody like be that way with you, and you're like, it takes you a second, doesn't it? It takes you a second to be like, are they being passive aggressive with me? Like, that kind of thing. So this person may have a way of playing this off where it leaves you in your mind like, was that a passive aggressive remark or am I crazy? That might be something that's here. You have plant parent as well. So this could be somebody that is a plant parent. So they have, it's strange. Even if this person has, they keep to themselves, they're like a stranger, you don't really know like a whole lot about this person, or they just keep things to themselves, or they're, like a lone wolf kind of thing. They really have things that they like plants. This could be like a plant person, you really care about your plants, and you nurture your plants, and you take care of your plants and baby them. At least, I have way too many probably, And I do baby mine. I even pet their big leaves and tell them they're doing such a good job at growing. I feel like it helps. But this could be someone that's like that. I'm saying that because this reminds me of one that I have. So this could be someone that it's kind of, it's like they are one way where they come across at times as being somewhat ruthless. And then the next minute you see them like taking care of something like that. And you're like, it's like a draw, it like pulls you in because it's a mystery. This person's kind of like a mystery and you're trying to figure them out, you know? Okay, so we are going to use, I'm excited to get the tarot. I don't know why. I just am. I think it's because I'm doing this new thing with the tarot where I pull the cards that I want to use or that I feel drawn to use, but I don't tell myself which pile I'm going to use them with until I get into your reading. And then I know. I just know. And so for you guys, y'all lucky number one, y'all get to have the Trick or Treat Tarot, which I know it's not, well, I mean, it might be. This is a timeless reading, but at the time that I am filming, it is not close to October. But this deck shouldn't be on the shelf the whole year, but only October, because it's a really awesome deck. So I'm going to use it. Okay. What does this person want? Why is this person coming towards you? What's going on here? Why is this person coming towards my pile ones? Oh, and there's George. That's the Knight of Cups in the reverse. I really don't think you know how to take this person. Hey, George. Hello. Did y'all hear him? He sounds like he says hello, huh? What? What? If I open this door and let you out and you meow to come back in, I need to get a different kind of door for my room. So he can just come in when he wants. Oh, he's gonna cry, guys. George. I'm right here. What do you need, honey? Are you hungry? Okay. Sorry, guys. Pause for a second. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. George was hungry, and he was not gonna back off of that. He's just came in from outside, and no telling what he was doing last night. So, okay, so you have the Knight of Cups here in the reverse. So, I want to say this may be somebody that you don't know how to take this person. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get some more of the tarot out because I need to know a little bit more details about this person. The Ace of Pentacles, and then the Two of Swords came out, but it fell on the floor, so y'all know I don't take the cards on the floor. But this is a card of decision, and this is a card of being in a place where you have to make a decision. So I do feel like you may be getting some kind of an opportunity here from this person, maybe to learn something, and you have to decide if that's something that you want or not. Let me, why is Farmer here? Oh, I'll pull two cards. The Ten of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So some of y'all may have a decision to make on your hands. And see how he's holding that pentacle right there, that's there in his hand. And that Ten of Swords is, in order to, I feel like, take this new opportunity, you're going to have to end something else. Some of you, this could be work or business because of these pentacles, but it could also be just like planting seeds with the Farmer card here. This could have to do something with this person offering you some kind of education or some kind of training or learning something new. Or this could just be a learning experience. Give me one more for the full. King of Swords. So we do have two masculine energies out. But that could just be that this is, sorry, I know I just cut myself off. This is death that's here, even though this is Aquarius energy. And That big sword with that 2 of swords that fell on the floor, which I'm still thinking about. I feel like y'all are fixing to be sitting at a crossroads. Somebody's going to offer you something, and you're going to have to make a decision whether you want it or not. But if you take it, it's going to involve ending something from where you are. But you want to be smart about this. It's like it may be somewhat risky, and you don't know if you want to take the risk. Tell me about that Knight of Cups in the reverse. What is this about? The Five of Cups. Okay, so you know whenever you decide to walk away from something, how you... I knew that was coming. Do y'all hear him? George, the door's open. Push it. There you go. Now can you close it back? Why? We need to work on that. Golly, George. Can't even shut a door around here. Sorry, guys. If y'all don't know who I'm talking to, that is my cat, and he is very bougie. Very spoiled cat. Okay. His name's Gregory George, by the way. I talk about him a lot. Okay, so the Five of Cups that's here, there's somebody, okay, somebody may be disappointed in this. You may have to disappoint someone else, or disappoint this person. You got to pick. You have to choose. It may be a hard decision, but I feel like there's something under that decision, like where you may feel like the choice is clear or what you have to do. So, okay, so what is going on here? What is the Ace of Pentacles? What is the Ace of Pentacles? Because I feel like you're afraid of making a mistake, or you're having to let somebody down, I feel. Anyway, Page of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. This is definitely an opportunity to learn something. There's a lesson that you're going to be learning here about opportunities. Tell me about the King of Swords. The Chariot. Okay. You have Judgment in reverse at the bottom with the Page of Wands, the Six of Swords in reverse, the Ten of Wands in reverse, the World in reverse, Seven of Swords. Okay, so you're worried here about this person. Again, I think it's because you're kind of unsure about this person because they are a stranger. This feels like a job opportunity for some of you. It really does with that Ace of Pentacles and that Page of Pentacles there. But there's something to do with learning that's here, or having to, like, someone, this is their energy here. So it's like they're having to teach you something. Mentor, a guide. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. I'm going to start here with Judgment in the reverse, which is Scorpio energy. When Judgment comes in reverse, for me as a reader, and the way that I interpretate it, and at least in this reading for sure, is when something may not be your decision fully. Have you ever had anybody say, well, I don't know, what do you want to do? And it's like, well, I feel like I don't even have a choice. That kind of feeling is here. I feel like I don't have a choice. So there may be something here where you feel like you don't have a choice, and it could be with all these headstones. Again, there's this emphasis on having to end something to go towards something new. And maybe perhaps not having a choice, which you do have a choice, but you may feel like you don't. Because it may be something that you need. I feel like there is something else that's going on here behind all this. Something that, like, it piques your curiosity, right? You are still curious. It's like, you know, I am curious about this. There's that boat too, like the Atlantis card that's here. With the Six of Swords being in reverse, it's like you have to go back to something, and looky there, there's death. There's the Grim Reaper right there. Look, and that's a shark. So it's like you may feel like you're going into the shark's den. Is that a thing? I don't know. It is, right? Anyway. But the curiosity here is kind of piqued your interest. A lot of things will have to change. Something here gets your mind going. This, for some of you, may be a seed that someone else plants in your mind. Someone that you look up to. Someone that you feel like is a guide in some kind of way, or you learn a lot from, because it has mentor on there as well. And this person could plant some seed, which would be the Page of Pentacles, that gets your mind kind of working, thinking, I wonder. And you lead you to this place to where you feel like, again, you don't really have a choice, because that curiosity puts you backwards. But this definitely would cause, there's that Ace of Swords that's there. This is the other person. Okay, I got it. I got it. This is somebody that is offering you an opportunity, but the opportunity that they're offering you is very risky. They know that. You're well aware of that. But they're also convincing you that that risk is worth it, and that this risk will put you into a better position with that Chariot, Cancer energy. Will put you into a better position, put you into a safer position, or a more secure position. Like, they're trying to convince you this is the right way to go. They're trying to make it seem like you don't have a choice, and you may not. But there's a truth here around this that you're facing. And you're frustrated around this because you feel like there's an imbalance that's going on. You're not obtaining or getting what it is that you want. And you don't have peace about that. Like, it's not the way that you wanted things to go. But you also feel like you may be tired of this Knight of Wands and the Seven of Swords. You could be tired of having to, like, go, or with that Knight of Wands. Or it could be something to where, like, you feel like, feel like I'm pretending to be someone I'm not, or I'm deceiving myself here in some way. Like, okay. And then you have the World in reverse, which to me, I feel like, again, there's a feeling of going backwards. And I'm hearing reverse in my head. And that Ten of Wands in reverse is a lot of things are going to change when this takes place. And it's like an inability to transition. Let me see more about who this person is, though. Who's the Knight of Cups with that Five of Cups? Who's the Knight of Cups with that Five of Cups? The Ace of Wands. This is definitely somebody. See, again, this is someone here that is sparking your interest. Something sparking your interest. Why the Knight of Cups in reverse? I feel like because you just don't know how to take this person. It's like you don't know if you can trust this, what they're saying to you. Or you feel like they are maybe telling you this or coming across as being somewhat insensitive, or sometimes the Knight of Cups in reverse reminds me of someone that has a hard time expressing themselves because of certain feelings being there. It's like hard to say to someone, you know, something that you have. So this person could be like, maybe they don't want to come across as being cruel in some kind of way, or that they're cutting something off. They don't want to I don't know, there's still this empathy that's here though. Let's see how you're taking this person. How are you taking this person? How are you taking this person? I guess I'm not meant to have that card, because I'm going to tell you, it went down my whole entire body before it fell on the floor, and I couldn't catch it. It's the Tower. It's the Tower, and I picked it up in reverse. This is like, how do you feel about this person? I feel like this is somewhat of a, like this person can make you, break you, or you may have been trying to avoid this conflict here in some way. How are you taking this person? So we did have the Tower there in reverse. How are you taking this person? How are you taking this person? How do you feel about this? Seven of Swords. How do you feel about this? The Two of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. That's 10 Pentacles. You feel like, tell me about that Seven of Swords. How you feel about this person. You feel like they're being strategic, I guess. There's that Six of Swords in the reverse. Tell me more. Two of Pentacles. There's that Judgment again in the reverse. You may feel like this person's judging your choices somewhat. You may feel like they're, initially you don't get a very good vibe from this. You may feel like this person's, I don't know, it's like you're trying to figure them out. You may feel like there's some kind of deception here, or they're trying to hold you back. This might be where your head goes. We'll look into that and see if that's the case, but because I feel like you may feel kind of judged by this person. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? The Five of Swords in reverse. You do work this out, though, in your head. You do get past this. See, that's what I was talking about before with this person. It's even like, this feels like a tough love type of situation, you know? Like, if you initially feel judged, or you feel like if someone's trying to give you advice and you're in an uncomfortable position within yourself, you already feel insecure, even if it's someone that loves and cares about you with that Knight of Cups, it may be hard for them to even express this, but they're telling you because they have the best of intentions. But initially, it's hard not to have those insecurities pick up on those insecurities and trigger you. It's hard to be like, whoa, you're being kind of judgy, about my choices. And it's like, no, I'm just trying to give you some advice. But initially it may come across as that way because of the triggers that you have with this. And I feel like you quickly kind of move on from that, though. I don't feel like that lingers very long. I feel like you progress beyond that. And whatever conflict comes up from this, if it does, you kind of work that out. Either you work it out in your mind or you work it out with this person. But either way, you get past being confused or conflicted. Tell me more about that. Five of Swords in the reverse. Page of Swords. Page of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, because it has to do with the communication. So the communication here is a little staticky between the two of you because immediately this is triggering you in some way. You wanted to avoid this altogether because you knew this may have brought up some kind of conflict, or maybe even this person felt that way, but there's something here that they're trying to offer you or give to you. It could be advice, it could be actual offer, but it puts you in a place where you have to make a decision, and you don't want to make a decision, but you feel like you have to make a decision. And you know with this decision, you're going to have to let go of something. There's something here that you have to let go of in order to take this, move in this new direction. It's still a choice that you have, but you kind of feel like you don't have a choice. There's a feeling that you have where it's like, well, I mean, do I really, honestly, I mean, maybe this person is trying to like look out for me in a way. Do I really even have a choice here? Is this something that I just need to do, you know? But this person, I feel like, has the best of intentions. I think that they're trying to get you to look at this logically and be smart when it comes to leading yourself in the right direction when it comes to this new beginning. Okay. How you're transcending, you know? You have the Four of Pentacles here. So this tells me there may be something that's here where it's like, I really want to hold on to this. You know, we saw that earlier. Like the Six of Swords is going back, having to go back. And it's like, this is kind of like fake it till you make it, but you didn't make it, you know? So having to realize that maybe you were faking it, you know? That kind of a feeling, or that you didn't work out like you wanted, right? And so there's this going back energy. And there's something here that you wanted to hold on to. You have the High Priestess that's there. The Empress. There's that Tower again, still in reverse. Nine of Wands. Yeah, this is difficult because you still kind of want to hold on to this thought of there still being something here that you can grow. And it's like you go into this mode because you don't want to let go of this, because you feel like you're in the right position, you don't want to let go, you don't want to have to make this choice. You go into this mode of, how do I hold on to this? How can I obtain this? How can I hold on to this? How can I keep this? And you go into the High Priestess, where you're just really contemplating, you're really going within, you're really thinking about this. This, like, again, this isn't an easy thing to do. It isn't an easy decision. But with the Empress, this is about you taking care of your own needs, and those being the most important, you know, and how you can better yourself, how you can grow, how you can build. And, you know, the Empress is there showing you that you're capable, but what does that look like, and how best can those seeds grow? And what environment is that in? Because this opportunity is making you question all of that stuff. Let's see what else. How are you going to feel moving forward from this? A heavy burden, responsibilities, carrying old baggage, clinging to an unhealthy relationship. So this could look differently for everybody. This could be a relationship that you have with your environment, with your work, with a person. But it's like, you know, that statue is such a heavy weight to carry. This is really something that you can't take with you. It's something that you wanted, something that you desired at some point you were building, but whatever it is, You feel like you have to make this choice, like you can't take this with you. And you're trying to take responsibility. This kind of went into a weird direction, I feel, but worth the fight. Not giving up easily, wanting to conquer, and fighting for your love. So again, this could be what you're dealing with, or this could just be internally. And I feel like for most of you it is. Like you want, because of this Four of Pentacles, like it's like you want to hold on to something. You don't want to give up easily. You know, you're not just going to lay down and let something go, or that's just going to happen like that. You feel like you're taking responsibility for this, and you feel like you need to like at least put up some sort of fight or try to conquer this before you just throw in the towel, right? You have planetary vibes. So what you're going to go into is, okay, so I need to really sit and think about this, that High Priestess energy of what it is that really aligns with me, that I can really, where I can really flourish, where I can really grow, which is that Empress energy. And then the unexpected is at the bottom, which says a surprise, expect the unexpected, and shocking revelations. And I feel like for a lot of you, I feel like this has to do with you having this aha moment, you know, this shocking revelation. And for some of you, you may have already knew this was coming. You already felt like this was coming, or this is something that you were worried about happening, because that tower that fell on the floor and down all the way down my body in my chair before it hit the floor was like it was a trickle effect in some way. And it's almost like you knew it was just coming, and you have been trying to avoid it in some sense, but you can't like avoid it any longer. It's like it needs to be addressed. So there is this shocking revelation about where you are, what you need, taking responsibility, and making a choice to do what you need to do for yourself. But yet you're not doing that without a fight. Okay. Okay. Let's get some advice. I don't even know where to start. Let's use some of these. I've been really attached to these. I can't remember the exact name of these. I know you can get them on Etsy though. They're listed down below. I need to update my list of the oracles that I use. But if you ever want to know, just ask me. What advice do you have for pile 1? Be watchful. Number 15. Be on alert and aware of your surroundings. There's a red flag that you're ignoring. Yep. Allow the truth to be revealed. So some of you, it's like you knew this was here all along. You were just trying to avoid this. But someone kind of gives you, it's like somebody else points it out. Or it has to be addressed. Or it's like somebody else is unveiling it in front of you. So you can't unsee it. You know, you can't not look at it. It needs to be addressed. Thrive. Number 18. Make the best of the blessings in your life and concentrate on what's working. Your angels are clearing the way for you. This is what I'm talking about. What is it that where you feel like, and you know for a fact you would thrive? What is that? What does that look like? If something in your life or something's going in a position and it hasn't been working for you, then you kind of have to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, why is this not working for me? And, you know, make a list of 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 or whatever, and say, and the number one thing, reasons I know why, is this, this, and this. And try to see if you can fix that, if you can work that, if you can do anything about those things. Try to figure out what that issue is. And if it doesn't work out and you can't find that issue, or you just know for a fact, I'm not going to grow properly here. I need to plant my seeds somewhere else so that they will flourish and I will thrive and I will grow. I need to be watching over myself here. And that's hard to do, especially when you have a goal in mind or a desire that you have, or you see the potential in something. You know, it's really hard to do that. Joyful times is at the bottom. You also have 7, 6, 5, 8, 9. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So there is this progression that's taking place, this transcension that's taking place. Joyful times. A celebration is coming up. A wedding, a proposal, a birthday, or an achievement will be. It will be a wonderful time in your life. So, number 71. I feel like once you kind of get to this place to where you make the decision, always remember on the other side of that decision, there is this moment of solitude or moment of peace where, well, at least I feel that way with you guys. I feel like, you know how, you know that, I can't remember what the saying is, but it's like once you make a decision, it's like now you're at peace. Because before that, your mind was going, okay, I can do this, or I could do this, or that, or this, or now I have this opportunity, or I could do this, or you know, I got this advice here. And then after you finally say, okay, I'm just going to make the decision, I'm going to do it, I'm going to make the decision, and I'm going to go for it. Or do whatever it is I need to do. And you take that leap, a little bit of relief sets in, where it gives you this feeling of, okay, now I can relax, you know. And you may have not been able to do that, and that is something that's going to come for you here in the future. That's the whole point of this, is for you to be able to have peace and enjoy life, enjoy joyful times, not be worried, you know, constant worry. What advice do you have for pile 1? Perfect. Number 34, there's your 4 and your 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what's funny is on the table is you have the Fool, the ace is there, and the 10 is there. So trust in the divine purpose. The experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you are on the right path to growth. That is the perfect card to end this reading on. I like it. Okay, so let's get some initials to close. Guys, I put my initials all the way over there. Why I did that? Only God knows. There is no telling. Okay, and this is initials. It also has other things in here as well, but let's see. Little phrases in here, different little charms. Okay. There's some charms. It won't give me any initials. Try one more time. It's not going to give me any. That's all I can get. Sorry. It would not give me any initials. We have FU though right there. So it's okay to make mistakes. This is this 5 of Cups that's here, by the way. You don't have a soul. You are a soul. And you have, let your dreams be your wings. You have the Cloud. So disappointing someone, fear of disappointing someone, or knowing that it may be difficult, like transition, but it's just a, you know, it's just a rainy day. It'll pass, you know, it's just a cloud passing by. You have the lollipop here, so this all reminds me of something that takes some time, but once you get to it, it's good. Or there's something good, because I always think of the chocolate and lollipop, you know. So that could be something that's here, something that where you need to take your time. We almost spell F-U-C-K. Almost. We have F, V, K, and U. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to leave you right here. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all your love and support and kindness, of course. I hope this helps. Good luck to you guys, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, pile 2. So if you chose 22, leadership, ancient Egypt. Okay, so who is coming towards you? So with this being the number 22, that could be relevant to you, but 2 is a number of decisions. It's a number of balance. If we could take a look at the second house, it talks about your possessions, what it is that you want to keep, hold on to. The second house is Taurus energy, so we're talking about what it is that, you know, you can depend on, something that's grounded, stable, secure. So all these things, okay, goes along with leadership as well. Together you have 4, which is also a number of security. So there may be some kind of decision around your sense of security, and it may have to do with leadership. This could be someone that's coming towards you that, well, this ancient Egypt that's here. Did I say that? I forgot to say that in the intro, the bottom of the cards for whatever reason. But this says ancient Egypt. It's like you're putting out some kind of a signal, or somebody's putting out some kind of a signal. And let's just get into this. There's a bunch of different things that are coming through my head all at once. So let me see if I can narrow this down so that way it's less complicated for you guys. I don't know why. Maybe that's the way you feel with this. Maybe you feel like see how there's just so much going on in this card? You have the galaxies that are here. You have the palm trees that are here. You have the pyramids. It's just like there's a lot of stuff. Like it feels chaotic. The energy feels chaotic. So with leadership, it could be that you may be having to step up and lead or straighten a situation out. Be the leader, you know, be the example, or kind of be in a position to where you have to be the coordinator of the chaos, you know, something like that. Okay. Here we go. These are the characteristic cards. We're going to use these to see who this person is. Who is this person? This person that's coming towards pile 2. Who are they? Oh, we have lover. So this could be a lover. Influencer. Leadership. It's chaotic. Okay. Give me some more. See, this says follower and this says leadership. Give me some more. Who is this person? Spiritual seeker. Who is this person? Look, learner. Leadership, learner. Seeking a knowledge, progress. This is somebody that is, they're an explorer. Leadership. Why is this person coming towards you? This card here with leadership is supposed to represent why this person's coming towards you, where you are, all these things, right? But you have all this chaotic energy that's here. It's almost like this person with leadership, they may be coming towards you to try to take the lead, you know, and soothe the chaos in some way. So how do you know who this is? This is somebody that, this could be someone you love. This could be your lover. It also says romance. So this could be somebody you're romantically or have been romantically involved with. They could be an influencer. They could be a trendsetter. This could be a content creator. This could be a follower, you know. Then you also have spiritual leader here. So this is someone that may devote themselves to spiritual work, or they could be a spiritual seeker. They could be someone that is on an inner path, you know, or they're in a place to where they're trying to practice overall more spiritual habits, or I just feel like this is someone that is, they're very spiritual. There's something about this person that where the path that they're on in life may be somewhat different from others, because they may be on a path of their own, on their own journey. You know, they may be going through inner work, a lot of healing. I just feel like it's intensified with this person for whatever reason. But then you have learner here. So this is someone that is a learner. They're a seeker of knowledge. They are someone that is an explorer. They want to progress in life. They want to learn. They want to be able to, yeah, with this influencer, spiritual seeker, lover, leadership. So this is someone that is either wanting to lead you or you are leading in some way. So let's see what the bottom of the deck is. Civil servant, guardian of public good. So this could be somebody that works as a civil servant in some way, or they just may be someone that's in some sort of services to where they're trying to do something for the better good. Okay. Now, how would you know this person directly? Like, what's the final way of how you know for sure who this is? We're going to use these. What is the final way of how Paul 2 knows who this is that's coming towards them? It says viral video star. So, and they're in a red shirt, just like here with influencer. So this may be somebody that is an influencer. Maybe somebody that is a, online influencer here. How else would you for sure know who this is? Laundry mountain climber. It's another red shirt. No lie. This could be somebody that has a lot of laundry that they have to do. They're always fighting with laundry. I can relate to that. That's the way I look at my laundry right there. It's not quite that tall. Thank God for that. But almost, unfortunately. Bottom of the deck says chronic multitasker. So this is somebody that is a really good at multitasking. And this may be something that they've had to do, not that they wanted to do, because the way this card looks, he doesn't look happy, and you have a skull on his chest. So this is somebody that has their hands in a lot of different things. Maybe they have just a lot of responsibilities, like things are constantly changing. This person's having to keep up with this, and this, and the other, or they just take on a lot of responsibilities. Okay. So we're going to leave that right there, and we're going to get into the tarot to see what this person wants that's coming towards you. I can't get off the fact this card does say reproduction on it. So this may be somebody that there's some sort of a new beginning or renewal here. Or something that you've had with this person, like a new beginning or something like that is here maybe. Let's see. This is the, oh good God. I am so bad at this. What is this called? The Starlight Tarot. Starlight Tarot. This is a newer deck. So it's very stiff, if you can't tell. Still very stiff. And the materials, the cardstock that it is also stiff. Okay. Here we go. What does this person want that's coming towards Paul 2? You have an Ace of Cups in reverse. What's in reverse? The Lover here. What does this person want with Paul 2? The Five of Wands in the reverse. You have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. You have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Either this person feels like you're giving up, or this has to do with not making progress. This could also have to do with someone that's needing to, well, let's take a look at the Ace of Cups in reverse. Tell me what that's about. The Nine of Wands. That's something really testing you. The Seven of Pentacles. I think this is someone that's confused around a vision. If this is someone that you're in a relationship with, this is someone that is confused around what your vision is. That Five of Cups, Five of Wands, when it's in the reverse, it's like you want to avoid something in the long term. Like way far in the future, you're trying to avoid something in the long term. So this person I think this could be an emotional conversation. Um, that's difficult to have, but it's something that needs to be had in order to avoid something in the long term. And it could have to do with them not getting heartbroken or something like that. Why is that Ace of Cups in the reverse? The Tower. The Tower. The Nine of Wands is here because this is like somebody standing guard or needing to protect themselves with that Nine of Wands. It's somebody that's very, like, I mean, on the defense, but they're also a wounded warrior. They've been through a lot. And I think this is about avoidance. I think that this person is trying to avoid a Tower moment. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here in reverse? The Hermit. This is someone that feels alone or isolated, or they feel like something's not progressing or moving forward. Or there's been a break here. And because of the break, this person's gone in with internal. They're internalizing why things are not progressing or how things are progressing. And they feel like it's not, maybe initially it's not going in the direction that they want it to go because that Eight of Pentacles is in reverse. Or this is just something that's unknown to them and they're trying to like get a better grasp of it. Why is the Seven of Wands in the reverse? The Ten of Wands, the learning. Okay, I got it. So the Seven of Wands in reverse is like, is it worth the fight, right? Because the Ten of Pentacles, because it is a burden, but it's a learning process. It's a growth process. But this is somebody that could also be taking responsibility for hold on, I gotta figure out how to say this. The Devil in reverse. Well, that sums it up, doesn't it? This could be somebody that still feels like they're learning something and they're taking responsibility for maybe not fighting fair or not being fair in some way with that Seven of Wands being in reverse and the Devil. It's like they're still learning or they're still trying to release themselves from some sort of toxicities or fear that makes them very closed off or defensive. What's the Seven of Pentacles? The Page of Swords in reverse. This is like, I don't want to find out something in the long run, you know? Like, this would be like being in a relationship with somebody and then feeling like they're not in it for the long haul, but you are. And they're just kind of like stringing you along. And you don't want to find out in a year from now that, you know, this person never had intentions of the long term with you or something like that is here. Like, this is the Page of Swords in reverse is someone that's confused. They don't really quite understand. They want to avoid a conflict. This is also someone that it doesn't, like, there's undelivered promises here around this as well, and maybe some conflict around this where it's the long term, like not wanting something to be always be this way, you know? Why is the Hermit here? Virgo energy's there. Strength is here. Yeah, this is a internal path. This is an internal process. Leo energy's there. Scorpio and Capricorn. This is a lot of patience here as well. This is someone that's trying to have patience with the progress, with the process of things, or having to wait, you know, having to take a step back or take a seat back and having to wait. Tell me more about the Tower. I feel like this person's like explaining themselves. What's that Ace of Cups in the reverse? The High Priestess. This is someone that doesn't know for sure what you want. That's it. This is a relationship, the Lovers. This is someone that doesn't know for sure what you want. And even though this is difficult, it's like they're trying to avoid a tower moment. They've done some deep introspection here, maybe on a break or taking time out, and they've come to realize that they don't quite understand or know what you want exactly. Tell me about the High Priestess's Pisces energy. Can you tell me more about that? Look at that. King of Cups in reverse. That's Scorpio energy. Again, I feel like this person doesn't feel safe emotionally. And again, I don't think they're trying to understand you, but I feel like that they're not quite clear on how you feel, I feel, and what it is that you actually want. Okay, this is a conversation, I feel like. Yeah, the Nine of Swords in reverse. This is somebody that's trying to get out of their head. They're looking for that sense of security outside of themselves, out of their head in some way, because I think this is someone that's done, like you have Strength in the Hermit here. Those are two very, the spiritual path. That's two very inner path, inner work cards. This is about internal strength, patience, perseverance. And then you have the Hermit there, which is analytical. It's about, going within and figuring out what it is that you really want and what that looks like, and does that fit with where you are, and if this is a relationship, then that's how the other person feels, and does that fit with what you want. It's like all of this. So someone's taken the time, or had the time, maybe they're on a break or there was distance, where they've had this ability to sit here and think and think and think and become more stable with what it is that they need to ask or need to know in order to get out of this place of anxiety or stress. This is someone that fears bad news. This is someone that fears being used or taken advantage of, with the Emperor there. The Page of Cups in reverse, being naive. King of Swords in reverse, being manipulated. Knight of Cups in reverse. You could have a family with this person, or that could be important here with the Ten of Cups. Okay, so this is what I'm feeling here. This is like when you see that emotional happily ever after, the Ten of Cups, your wish of what emotional stability looks like. It's there in front of you, but this person immediately goes to fear and anxiety with that feeling. It's attached to fear and anxiety in some way. So they could have had some significant loss in their life, to where even if they get like what it is they desire or want, it doesn't, the feeling of excitement or joy or happiness or love or gratefulness or whatever it is, it seems like it doesn't last long, and then they start to get anxious about it because they start to think about what they're going to lose. I think we're all like that to a sense, but I think with this person, and especially if you've experienced a lot of loss in your life, that can be like hyperactive. So whatever this is triggering that in this person, and they're trying to find their way out of it. And I think the best that they can do here is to understand what it is that you want. They're in a place to where, also, I don't know what's going on here. You have all these masculine energies that are in reverse, even the Page of Cups there in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. Look at all these people here that are all in reverse. These are all people, all of these, besides that top one, which is the Nine of Swords. It's about sleepless nights, fears, and anxieties. This is what's keeping this person from this Ten of Cups, feeling, happy. So I don't know if this is like part of what they've experienced in their life or their past. If there's a lot of disappointment here, and I feel like there's a lot of like this person has been manipulated, used, maybe abused even with that King of Swords or King of Wands in the reverse. There's just a lot of stuff. There's just a lot of stuff that's there. How are you feeling about this person? How do you feel about this person? Pile 2. How do you feel about this person? Pile 2. The Sun. So this person's the Sun. So you're happy with this person, or you feel good about this person. This is Leo energy. You have a King of Wands and the Knight of Cups that just came out together. You may actually feel similar to what this person feels like. You know, you may be picking up on this person's energy, and it may be causing some insecurities in you as well. Some of you, I may be reading past energy. Just a thought. Or you've repeated a cycle with this person. Anyway, you have more Leo energy here. How are you seeing this person? This would be your leadership card here. How are you seeing this person? What is that King of Wands in reverse? This could also be a past, this person's past. You feel like, I think that you feel like you're clear on what you want from this. Why is the Sun here? You seeing this person? Death in reverse. I just said you may be repeating a cycle with this person. And here you have Death in reverse, which is exactly that, repeating a cycle. You feel like this person's, you're experiencing the same situation or the same thing with this person. You feel like they're still trying to figure themselves out or trying to figure this out. Okay, why is that King of Wands in the reverse with that Knight of Cups? Queen of Wands. Okay. So you do see this person as a counterpart, but you feel as if you and them are not on the same page, or you're losing I don't want to say this. It's almost like you may be afraid this person's just not seeing it like you're seeing it. Like they're not seeing it clearly like you're seeing it. What are you wanting with this person? Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Scorpio. What do you want with this person? Judgment. You want a renewal. I get it. You don't want to repeat a cycle with this person. And you feel as if you can see them like they're repeating a cycle. Either the same cycle they've experienced with you, or a cycle that they've experienced in their past. And they don't want that. You don't want that to happen. They don't want that to happen either, but you're seeing it from different perspectives. I feel like you feel this person is a counterpart, and I think there's also a fear in you as well, where maybe you're being triggered in some way, but you may be feeling like this, like you're losing your confidence. But what do you want from this person? You want a renewal here, Judgment. Not all of you, but some of you, this person may have walked away from you, or you walked away from them. Can you tell me anything else? What does pile 2 want with this person? What does pile 2 want with this person? Queen of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. You want to communicate with this person. You want to take things slow. Hierophant in reverse at the bottom. The Ten of Pentacles is there. There may be something untraditional about this, but you see potential or you see stability here. But I have to say, I feel like it's like you're pushing for something, you're pushing for success, but you also know, like, if the cycle doesn't change, if this doesn't change, then I think there's a fear around losing this person or this person walking away, even. One of you walking away. If something doesn't change. Because you have that Queen of Swords. What do you want from this person? I think you want to communicate with this person. You may want to offer them something. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Libra energy. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. You want to communicate with this person. You want an equal give and take. You want an equal balance with them. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? Four of Swords. You want peace. I think that you just want to progress. You want to slowly get towards that peaceful place. You want peace from this. You want an equal give and take. You want fairness. This person maybe recognizes maybe they weren't being fair with you because they were releasing some sort of toxic behavior or toxicities in some way. What do you want with this person? Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you want to give to this person. You want to start over with this person. You want a new beginning with them. Let's start over here. This feels like Seven of Pentacles, like you've planted some seeds and now you're going back and you're realizing there's some seeds that didn't quite grow, but that's okay. We'll just pull those seeds up and we'll plant new seeds. And this is like what you want with this person. And why is the Four of Swords here, which is rest? You want to look. Nine of Swords in reverse. You want to lay the sword down. That's what you want. You want to get to a place to where you can rest, you can have peace. The Four of Pentacles in reverse. You may want freedom. You don't want to be feeling like you're always on edge, or that you're closed in, or that you don't have, you can't be free to be yourself, or that you feel like they're holding on too tightly to you. You want to be able to let your guard down, Six of Cups. And the Temperance. You want peace. You just want to be able to enjoy this. You want to make peace, and you want the foundation to involve compromise. If there's children here, that's something that's important here to you, where you want to make sure that it's peaceful for that situation or for the children because of the Six of Cups that's here. If this is someone that you've just known for a very long time, you have this sense of home, you want to be able to feel that way. You want to be able to feel that sense of comfort or home with this person and peace with this person. And feel free to be able to communicate your needs and communicate what you feel like you need or feel like you want, what your desires are, without feeling being free to do that, without feeling closed off, or that you have to contain certain parts of yourself. This is what you want with this person. So they're wanting to have this conversation here about, and they are taking responsibility for some unfairness. They want to resolve the conflict. They want to know what you want in the long term. What does that look like to you? This has been something that's been very difficult. Not being close to you or distant, or even losing this relationship here to this person has been something that's been very difficult. That Ace of Cups in reverse. I've done a lot of introspection, a lot of thought about this. Kind of about what went wrong, or why something's not moving forward or progressing. Where are they at? Where did they go wrong? Where are their flaws? All that kind of stuff is there, okay? Okay, Let's get some advice. What, you know what? Gosh, guys, I forgot to do this in pile 1. So don't go over there and tell pile 1 that I forgot to pull cards for them. But we're going to see what this person would say to you if they could say anything. What would this person say to pile 2 if they could say anything? What would this person say to pile 2? You're so smart. And then we also have my dreams are here. Your intellect really turns me on. You're so smart and I really enjoy our conversations. My dreams. I've been dreaming about you. In my dreams, we are so free and in love. Wish that I could stay there forever. You know, I mentioned that Hierophant in reverse where something may be non-traditional here in some way. Or maybe it has been that way. There's something to do with that here in this dynamic that has maybe caused some issues. Not for everybody, but I feel like maybe at some point or another, this person hasn't felt free to be able to be themselves or have what they really want with you. Maybe because of that. I don't know what that means to y'all, so take it or leave it. Missing you. So this is somebody that's missing you. I mentioned that. Says, I miss you. I wish that things were different. And playing games is at the bottom. This is a game to me. The way that I'm acting, responding, and posting it to get your attention. So this person, like, they recognize, they know, not that they are really just playing games with you, but they know, like, what they're doing. They know where their toxicity is. That's something that I think that if they didn't, they do now, okay? That's something that I think that needs to be identified, I guess. With that devil in reverse in that 10 of Wands, this person is taking responsibility for playing games or for their toxic ways, their lack of fairness. Maybe they let other people's opinions get in the way. I feel bound to my culture and my family's beliefs on how I should live my life. I'm working towards breaking free. There we go again. From limiting myself based on their beliefs. So for some of you, this person's toxicity could be obsessing, but anyway, over certain things. I'm not going to get too far into detail on that because everybody's situation here in this dynamic is different when it comes to the issues that you're having, but or had. Okay, let's get some advice. Actually, let's get some more message cards. Why not? Why not? What else would this person say to you if they could say anything? Well, that was aggressive. We both know I'm not the one for you. So I think this person like struggles with something because at times they may not feel good enough for you or may not feel right for you. Whoa. I need to focus on my healing. We've seen that. We have, I wish I had treated you better. Yeah, that's there too. Finances, financial challenges are affecting the relationship. That could be the case. I'll wait for a sign from you. Interesting. Okay. Bottom of the deck. I love you unconditionally. Okay, let's get some advice and see what the advice says because I'm trying to figure out this leadership card. You know, this could be somebody that you just see as a leader. This could be somebody that may be trying to lead the way to try to find some sense of safety, stability here. What advice do you have for pile 2 about this person? Untapped potential. Yeah, that's here. That is here. Definitely here. It's like whatever's going on here, it's a blockage when it comes to the potential of what could be, you know, or it has. Number 53. There's an area of your life that has more potential than you think. Small things can turn into big wonders. You know, when you're in a relationship, it's funny because even if you're having a difficult time in the relationship, it's the little things, the littlest things that help. You don't even have to say anything. It could be like, it's just a small gesture. an offer, or let's just say you're married and you and your spouse are going through like a difficult time, and you're not talking to each other, and then one morning your spouse makes you a cup of coffee. That's a small gesture. It's those little things, those adding up make the biggest difference, because it's like someone trying without getting in your way. Does that make sense? They're not pushing you. They're just loving you. They're just nurturing you to the best that they can while you're in this, having this struggle, Little things, they go the longest ways. Okay, whoa. Not prepared, number 26. So this person may feel like they just weren't prepared for this. You're navigating a tricky situation. Create or reconsider your game plan before moving forward. That's what we see here with this person. So when they come to you, if this person comes to you and wanted to have this conversation, it is definitely something that was needed, in order for the potential to be tapped into. Yeah. You also have number 45, untie the karmic knots. The situation is linked into a karmic energy and the reason for your challenges. It's time to work off your karmic debt. So if you've had anything that's gone on in the past, we saw that with the devil, with the death in reverse, a repeated pattern in some kind of way, shape, or form, whether it's you, whether it's this person, or whether it's both of you together, there is some sort of karmic energy that's entangled into your relationship, that's needing to be addressed, that's needing to be healed, that's needing to be resolved in order for you to untap the potential of what could be here. Is there love here? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's love here. There's also someone that's trying to take responsibility, that wants to be fair. Now, to each their own, okay? This, take it or leave it. If you have a situation that's going on where there is abuse and all kinds of, toxic stuff going on, protect your peace and move along. Don't ever stick in a situation that's like that, because it's just, life is way too short, just way, way too short. And before you know it, it's, 2 or 3 years down the road and you're still unhappy and you're still exhausted and nothing's changed. And you look back and you say, I should have left 2 years ago. So just don't stay in that situation. I know it's difficult. I've been there. But try to step outside of the situation and look at it like your friend would be looking at it, and see what it looks like to you. But for most of you in this reading, I don't feel like that's the case. Some of you, maybe. But for most of you, I feel like that this is more something that is resolvable, something where there's just a conflict. I mean, we're looking at the 5 of Wands here. We're not looking at 5 swords, 3 swords. None of these cards came out. 10 of swords, nothing like that came out. There's a want to resolve, a long-term vision of what seeds are being planted at this moment in time. That's all. It can be resolved. And but it's 2 people that have to be participating in order for that to happen. And you have to have 2 people that understand each other. And that's what we're seeing here, is this kind of playing out. Okay? Okay. It's part of the karma that's having to be untied. So let's get one of these cards, and then we'll get some initials to close. Yeah, you want to be able to be yourself. And maybe right now, this person doesn't feel like they can, or you don't feel like you can, but you want to be able to. What advice do you have for pile 2? 2 cards came out. See, I kept saying this, but it didn't want to come out a lot. But you may have been afraid, or you are afraid of losing this person, or this person walking away or going to someone else. Number 14. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use the sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. Yeah, you can't let anxiety live your life or make your decisions for you. You have to be in the present moment and look at what's actually going on. Because we can sit here and say, but what if it did this? And what if it happened like this? And what if, and what if, and what if? But that could last forever. We could sit there and do that forever. And then, You know, either a tower moment's going to happen or you're just going to find yourself in a very unhappy place. But you need to get back to that place to where you're in the present and look at everything in the present moment from where you've been and where you are. And have no fear about. If you didn't fear too, if you didn't fear all those things, what choices would you make? What choice would you make? Number 38, yes, you are correct. You have listened to your inner guidance and made a wise choice. Keep moving forward. So I feel like maybe that's something that's coming if you have made that choice, you know, because we just talked about that and then that card came out. Okay. Let's get some initials and some charms. Golly, guys, I'm going to have to get up and walk around. My legs are going to sleep on me. I have a unique chair I sit in where I put my legs back. And every now and then it's like, that's a little much. Meow. See meow in the bowl? Okay, there's a lot of M's or W's. There's 4. They're all 4 are in the bowl. You have live in the present. No kidding. You have there's a message here that's coming through. Sincere, sweet, friendly message that's coming through. Maybe getting a message from a friend or advice from a friend. Be kind. It's telling you to be kind. We have mom right here too. And HEB is right there too. We have wow. Okay. So 4 M's or 4 W's. We have an O, 2 H's, an A, an E, a Z, and a B. I heard Noah in my head, even though there's not an N here, but for some reason, I heard Noah. Which always reminds me of the hermit. Going within to find the answers. It could be something that's here for you. Needing to go within to find the answers. Think about what you want. May is here. I always point that out because that's my friend. What else? Yep, I'm going to leave you here. So thank you so much for being here, guys. Thanks for all your love and support and kindness, of course. I hope this helps. Good luck to you guys, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, pile 3. So if you chose 4, the number 4, in boundaries, which almost makes me want to read this, 4 boundaries. So maybe there's 4 strong boundaries that you may have with this person, or they may have with you, or setting some boundaries. I have 4 strong boundaries. And I want you to follow these rules, follow these boundaries. This is where I'm at. It says the Great Wall of China. So protecting yourself, you know, boundaries is something that, you know, you're here trying to protect yourself, trying to protect what it is you built, what it is you created. And this could be someone that's doing this with you. No, they're trying to protect themselves, or you both are, you know, you're protecting each of you. If we set some sort of boundaries in place, it can protect each of us in this experience, you know. Okay, so I'm going to hold this card over here, and we're going to come back to it. One of the things I want to point out, though, real quick, is the fact that you have the number 4, which is about stability and security, which is no surprise with that, you know, wall being there. And then also this sun that's coming through the clouds here, and you have these mountains, which always represent for me obstacles. So there's some hurdles that you're overcoming here. I don't know if this is, you know, somebody that you're in a relationship with, it's a friendship, a family member, I don't know, that you're building the relationship with, could be for work, who knows. We'll get into it, okay? Okay. So I do feel like there possibly could be some sort of breakthrough that takes place because of that sun coming through the clouds there. But, it may have to do with boundaries, you know. Like these are my boundaries, these are your boundaries. I'm good with yours, you good with mine. I feel that kind of energy there. You have a blacksmith here. So forcing your boundaries, forcing or creating your boundaries. Okay. So these are characteristic cards. We're going to use, Did y'all see that? We have player and king with blacksmith here. So maybe you're trying to, like, you know, put your foot down here with somebody. Expert of romance. Well, that's deceiving. Isn't that deceiving? So you may be dealing with the charmer. Maybe dealing with the charmer here. Just because you're an expert in romance doesn't mean you're an expert in relationships. You just know how to lay it on thick. So that could be something that's here with this person. How do you know who this is? Let's see how you know who this is. How does pile 3 know who this person is that's coming towards them? That's boundaries. There's a whole stack of cards here. We're going to take them. So this says singer. It says, well, the thing that's sticking out to me like crazy is moving hearts and harmony. Performance, though. Okay, so let's keep going. You have madman. That's not good. Embracer of madness. Chaos. Unruly. So we have some, a bartender here. You may need a drink after this interaction with this person. So that might come in handy. You have master of librations. What is that movie? Shrek. I always think about this. The Rumpelstiltskin on there says, you need some liquid libations to ease your frustrations. And every time I see this card, that's all I can think about. But, you know, he was actually deceptive. He had a motive. He was trying to lure Shrek in so that he could turn him into something that he didn't want to be, basically. So be careful of that. Be careful of this energy. With boundaries, this may be why you're putting up boundaries. Maybe this is someone that you had to put up boundaries with because of this. You know, this may be somebody that came across as a player or charmer, and, you know, they're trying to, you've noticed that what they're doing is a performance. It's not real. So, and then the bartender that's here, small talker. Sorry guys, I got distracted, but I feel like it's part of your reading, so I'm going to mention it. I got distracted because I looked over and I had a text that I just got. I've been waiting for an invitation and I finally got it to a black tie event, to a piano competition that's really famous where I live. So I'm really excited. I get to get all dressed up, and who doesn't love to do that? I haven't done that in years, so I'm really excited about it. And I feel like this could be someone that builds things up, like with performance here is what I'm getting at. This could be someone that tells you a lot of things, like makes a lot of promises or gets you real excited about something, you know, or tells you, like I just explained, where you're really excited about something, you know, but I was still waiting for that invitation to come in, like it hadn't happened yet. So this is how you may know who this is. They also may be somewhat possessive or a little bit chaotic. I'm not liking this madman energy here at all. Or you may have just seen this in this person at times, you know, where they kind of taken their mask off in front of you and then put it right back on. You know what I mean? Like they slipped. Their performance slipped. And you may have picked up on this. That's why you have these boundaries that are here. Bartender. So this person, I feel like, is trying to serve you what you want to hear. You have small talkers here as well. So let's get one more and then we'll see what the bottom of the deck is. Mother. Selfless love, nurturer. So this could have been, now I'm going to read this as, okay, here's what I'm going to do. How do I describe this? The way that I'm reading this energy is how you have been with this person. You may have been selfless with this person. You may have been very nurturing to this person. You may have given this person a source of life, a source of light. And Also, this could be somebody where their like main focus and goal is to make you feel comfortable. Okay? For some of you, not everybody, this could actually be a mother. Unfortunately, this could be your mother. This could be someone that you may be having some sort of wake up call with, that you may be putting some boundaries with, or reinforcing boundaries even. That may be putting on some kind of performance for you. But you've seen this person's darker sides. And now they're trying to come across as very motherly, very, I'm getting a bad energy. I'm getting a bad vibe from that. I don't like that at all. To where they're kind of clingy or possessive, or they don't want you to go anywhere. So they come across as very, very motherly. It's just very nurturing and, well, let me do this for you. Let me do that for you. Like there's this, but I feel like you've already made up your mind. Like when this happens, when this person comes towards you, something has happened prior to this, I feel, that has put you in this energy. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but you already have like an inkling of who this person is for real. Like you've seen them with no mask, you know who they are. And the mask, when they come to you, this is the mask that they kind of wear or put on. And I don't know if this is something that's happened recently with this person, or if this is like someone where this has happened just before and it's like, you know, here it comes again. You know, this is like somebody that, you know, like you can't trust this person. They never have the best of intentions. If you didn't know that before, something happened that made you see that they were out to get you in some way, or doing something for their good, mistreated you, you know, the intentions are not good with this person. You've seen that. You can't trust this person, you know, and here they come. And they're putting on this performance, and they're trying to be very nurturing, and it's giving you the ick, you know, it's giving you this, it makes you feel uncomfortable. Have you ever had somebody like overdo it with being comfortable, or just too much? Like, I know they say, I mean, sometimes, just let's be honest, we say some silly stuff, but you know, and some people, yeah, there he is. Excuse me. Okay, guys, so sorry. My son came in here, and he had to use my what do they call it? My grandma used to always call it the laboratory. You know, that sounds funny now, but that's what it used to be called, I think, the laboratory. I would ask her, you know, Mimi, she called her Mimi, you know, and I said, where's, Mimi, where is, you know, the towels at? And she said, oh, it's back there in my laboratory. I'm like, laboratory? What are you doing in there? Anyway, so sorry. That's so random. But he walked in here and had to use it. It's funny I'm talking about grandma, though, and you have nurture here. This person may know particular things about you. Like, you may have once really trusted this person, opened up to this person, shared a lot with this person. They know, they feel like they feel like they know. They feel like they understand you, and they almost kind of know how you want to be nurtured. They know what you want. The only thing is, this person, I feel like, has lost their control over you. And I don't think you see this person at all the same way. So you're not taking what they're giving you, you know? You're not buying into it. And let's see what this person wants. I'm really curious. Let me get 2 more cards, because some of y'all, this could be somebody you are romantically involved with. And then for some of you, this may be a family member or friend. Have friend at the bottom. Keeper of trust, companion, support, and sharing joy. So this is someone that's coming in, trying to get you to trust them, okay? Trust me. Trust me. This is the kind of person that comes to you and says, trust me, and you just roll your eyes all the way into the back of your head and around the other way, and you're like, right, I am not trusting you. Okay, let's see. Tell me about pile 3. How would pile 3 know who this is? Okay, popped right on out. We have chronic multitasker. So this is somebody, it's funny, this came out in one of the other piles, but I'm getting a different energy from this card because of what we already have. With the death here being on his chest. And I'm only now noticing these are all different types of bottles. This may be somebody that tries to keep themselves busy or occupied. Chronic multitasker. This may be their habit. They're always like on the go. This is like somebody that is always like, they're doing this and they're doing that, and they're doing this and doing that, but they complain about it all the time. And it's like, well, you don't have to be doing those things. Like, they just want to have something to complain about, you know? They also may have some bad habits, like health-wise. Like this is somebody that could drink a lot or fall into that because you have all these bottles that are here. I feel like internally this is someone that doesn't take very good care of themselves. It may not be physically. It could be like they don't deal with their ish, you know? They tend to take that out on everyone else around them. Okay, let's get one more of those, then we'll get the tarot. And no kidding, I've actually pulled the Pulp Tarot for you guys. So that's very crazy because of this energy that we're looking into. Being like this performance kind of energy that's here. Can I have one more? One more for who this is. It's a toilet paper orderer. No kidding. That is so crazy because my son came in and we talked about the bathroom. That is so bizarre. So bizarre. So toilet paper hoarder. This is one of those. This is one of those that go and just take, more than what they need and leave everyone else out in the cold with the dirty butt. That's about right. That definitely is this person's energy. That definitely is somebody like that. This could be someone that you feel like is always like, just maybe they are a hoarder, but they just maybe like hoarded your stuff, like they, as far as toilet paper goes, they may like hold on to all of your mistakes, or they may like anything this person has on you, they put that in their back pocket and save that for when you bring up something about them. They have that they can throw out on the table, and it may not even be relevant to the situation at all, but they just like, and you're like, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but okay. That's all you got. That's all you got about me. That's just on Judgment in reverse and the Seven of Swords. Well, now it's upright, but So definitely this is someone that you can't trust. This is someone that maybe puts the blame on a lot of other people, and they never like take responsibility. Golly, guys, if this is your mother, I'm so sorry. Mothers are our greatest teachers, and some of us, that's in the most nurturing way, and unfortunately some of us, that is not the easiest way. But either way, they are still teaching us something big. Okay, so that could be this person. The person could have taught you a very significant lesson. Who is this person? What do they want? That popped right out of there. So Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like this here we go energy. Like, here we go again. Here we freaking go, I needed more information. These cards, see how they're so jumpy? You have the Four of, this is that hoarding energy. Hoarding energy. So Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Something's not going this person's way. King of Swords in reverse. There it is. There's the narcissist. There's the narcissist on the table. There's that madman wearing that mask, Bartender should be pretender. So this person is, Page of Pentacles was on the table. They may have been procrastinating bringing you this, talking to you, communicating, offering you something, or just procrastinating. You may have known this was coming too. Aquarius energy. That is the Ten of Pentacles. This may have to do with finances, or stability. You do have that 4 here. You're going to have to put up your boundaries here with this person. Okay, this is what we're getting at. This is somebody you're going to have to put your boundaries up with. If y'all don't want to know, like, this person's motive, intentions, or advice around this, then by all means, you don't need to listen to this reading. If you feel like this is just getting under your skin, making you mad, by all means, you have your own finger. You can hit the button or clicker or whatever you're doing. Just click off of it. I won't be offended. I don't want y'all to walk around being upset all day long because of my reading. So if you feel like this is triggering, definitely like move away from it. But for some of you, I feel like most of you, to be honest with you, you're just you already have your boundaries set. You've already created this wall. There is no getting through it, you know. But you're fixing to have to implement it. That's the thing. You're fixed to have to, like, this is kind of like somebody's coming to test those boundaries. Okay, so I know y'all don't like that word, which I don't understand. Just like I told a friend of mine yesterday, I said, if I was going to have a pop quiz and somebody said, hey, I have a cheat sheet if you need to study, you better believe I'm going to take the cheat sheet and make sure that I ace that pop quiz. And that's what this is. That's what this kind of reading is. Just, you kind of have to just take it with a little bit with a grain of salt, you know, in a way. These are general as well, so not everything's going to fit here for you. But this should resonate. You know, this should be like some side that you've seen to this person or the way you are with this person. The Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, please. Justice. But this reminds me of Beyonce, and I want to say Cleopatra, because I just did a reading for somebody, and that was almost her name. So if you're watching this reading, there you go. But what is that in? Is that Austin Powers? Oh, good gravy. Yeah?
What is that top bill on the counter?
That's a protein shake. It's not chocolate. Oh. You can have some of it, but I'll have to make that for you later, okay?
I'm not gonna have some.
Okay. You don't want no protein shake. Libra energy's here. Okay. Okay. I didn't even talk about it, did I? He got distracted. What was I going to say? Austin Powers and Beyonce. That's what that reminds me of. When she says that. I think that's when she says that. Correct me if I'm wrong. How about that? But see how she's standing guard? It's like, you ain't going to... She says something, too, as well in that movie. I'm definitely showing my age. Y'all may not know this. Well, surely you don't. But I actually have the Austin Powers replica Mini Cooper car. It's pretty cool. It's got the gear shift as his face. I'll have to post it on my community page one day. My son's going to start driving that car, so it's kind of funny. Anyway, in that, she says something about, you ain't going to get away with that with Cleopatra. And that's what I'm thinking in this card. She's kind of dressed similar to that, I guess. This is like your energy. Like, this is justice in a way coming in. With that Seven of Pentacles being in reverse, it's like you're not allowing something to take place. You know, you're kind of standing up for yourself. You're standing your ground here. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. The Tower. Okay, this is going to really upset this person. Okay? With Madman, Chaos, this all falls into this category. Okay. Your energy is, this energy that's here is very high paced. If you can't tell, my the way I'm reading. There's a lot of excitement and just a lot of, you know, upbeat and kind of like chaos. It's just the energies are kind of just can't bouncing everywhere. Tower, Scorpio energy with that Four of Pentacles. This is about cutting someone loose. It feels like you're no longer like giving to someone in some way or allowing someone to take from you. You know, with that Four of Pentacles in reverse, that Tower moment. This is like you breaking free of someone that has this, some sort of possessiveness over you, or they feel that way. They are getting this realization. To them, that's the Tower. The Tower is that they have no control over you. You've broke free from this person. They don't have any way of fooling you because of this. Give me one more for that. The Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. The Seven of Cups. There's something here around an illusion. What's the Seven of Cups? The Five of Cups in reverse. Some sort of disappointment. This is what this is, though. This is justice. Is you're moving on from like you don't see any potential with this person. If this is a family member or friend, it's like you don't see, not only do you not see any potential with this person, if this is like a lover, you know, or a love interest, but this is also representing like you just don't see any kind of future there or like reason to invest. That's really what this is. And you've moved on from even, like if you've been emotionally confused about the situation or you've been up in your head or kind of wondering about it, you're not even there anymore. Like you're just at a point to where you've just moved on from that whole thing. You've just kind of released it, you know, and this is about emotion with performance. This is definitely someone that may even try to make you feel bad. They may put on a performance emotionally. This is someone that they may feel like you're seeing them unjustly. And it's almost like there's this need to protect themselves. What do they want, though? I don't understand exactly. Okay. Queen of Pentacles just came out. These cards are just crazy. Could be the motherly energy, okay? Guys, this is very manipulative. This is very manipulative. This energy is from this bartender, what I talked about, Shrek. You need some liquid libations to ease your frustrations. Be very careful what you take from this person, and I think you already are. That's why they're freaking out. But for those of you that are iffy or on the fence, and the boundaries are meant to show you, like, yes, put up some boundaries with this person. Be careful what you take from this person. Be careful what they try to. This would be like somebody that's like, come on, just give me a chance. Just come hang out with me. Let's just go have some drinks. Be very careful about that, okay? Because this person is trying to get you in a vulnerable place. And they could do that by reminiscing, bringing up some of your past in some way. This is someone that could do that anyways. We did talk about how if you have a past with this person, they put it in their back pocket and they always bring it up because they know that it's maybe your weakness or makes you feel vulnerable in some way. But this is someone that will bring something like this up and then try to immediately mother you. It's like somebody that says, well, you did X, Y, and Z, but I still love you. I still care about you. And it's like, may not even be relevant at all. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I don't like right here, okay? This person's trying to manipulate the circumstances to get what they want or what they need out of you. What is it that they want and need? This is it. For some of you, you just were really supportive, very nurturing, very, or you were just there for this person. They just felt like you were selfless. You would just love them, no matter what. You were there like a really good friend, right? That 10 of Pentacles in reverse means like that whole foundation has been shattered. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, this person's maybe going through something big in their life, something devastating even in their life. I'm shuffling this backwards. I'm not even looking, but look what I pulled. The 6 of Cups in reverse, and the Fool's right there as well. I'm just sitting here, channeling what I'm seeing, and I'm not even looking at what I'm shuffling. There is definitely something in this person's past. This is emotional baggage here. Some things that are coming back up to the surface. This feels like karma playing itself out in this person's life, and they're like running to you or coming to you to try to fix it or try to help them, make them feel better, because your light, they remember what that feels like. You could have been very loving, supportive, nurturing to this person. You could have been there for them when no one else was. You could have they feel like they can trust you. They feel like that they can be themselves with you. You've loved them through whatever. And they're remembering that. And something's happened in this person's life. What is the Tower? Where they need you. It's just pull the 6 of Cups again in reverse. This could have to do with the child, with that 2 children being on this card, but it just could have to do with something of their past. I'm telling you, coming back to the surface. What is this? Something happened. If you were romantically involved with this person, a Tower moment may have happened in a relationship that they had with someone else. And this is like someone that's coming back around on like the rebound. So just know that something happened. Why is the 6 of Cups here? So if we can figure it out. It's the 10 of Wands in reverse and the 4 of Cups in reverse. So you have those 4s here. The 6 and the 4 is 10. And then you have 10. 10, 10, 10 to me. I don't know why. Somehow or another, that added up. We have 4 here. 6, 6, 4, 10. That's a completion of a cycle. Something here is coming to a close in this person's life, or something here is coming to a head. You even have 6 here with the Tower, number 16, which comes after the Devil. So because of that karma or something toxic, there's this Tower moment that's taken place that's like flattening everything out and bringing everything to the surface. This 10 of Wands is in that 4 Cups. There's something here this person's having a hard time taking responsibility for or having a hard time with. And it has to do with some significant changes. This is self-awareness. I'm going to pull a different card for that. Just like somebody that's becoming aware of the way they've treated you, or something that's happened, or they feel like they don't have any control in the changes that are happening. This is somebody's desperate. Like there's a desperation that's here. What is the 4 of Cups and the 10 of Wands? Ex-lover. This may be someone that's in this person's life. Okay. And you're just tired of hearing about it. Either you're tired of hearing about it, you're tired of being their rebound, or you're tired of fixing this person's problems or issues. Like this is somebody that uses you. And you're aware of it. And that's why you're putting up boundaries. These memories is the Six of Cups as well. This is someone you just don't want to, yeah, it's just, you're changing significantly how you see this person, and they know it, you know. I landed on the truth. That's the truth. You're seeing this person clearly. Look, breakup. You're separating yourself from this person. You see it for what it is. Can you tell me about this ex-lover, this person's Tower moment? The Nine of Pentacles. Tell me more about that. The Hierophant. That's a lesson. My brain's hurting trying to figure this out, actually. My head hurts trying to figure this out. Ace of Swords is at the bottom. What's under it? The Emperor in reverse and the Queen of Cups and Judgment. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Cancer energy, Aries energy. Hierophant, we got Taurus here. This is so frustrating because unfortunately it is something that you may have to deal with. Like this person's, it's like they're in your face. You gotta deal with it. You can't ignore it. You know, you gotta tell them something. Say, hey, I want to talk to you. I don't want to deal with this. This is your drama. This is your mess. You clean it up. This Queen of Cups, I feel like, is you. I feel like this is this motherly energy, your energy, this nurturing energy. Always there to be the listener. You know, always there to be that selfless lover. Like, this is Cancer, which is about, you know, what you feel. It's receptive energy. It's an empath. We feel everything. I'm a Cancer. You know, you can pick up on other person's emotions and you feel that and you want to empathize with that person. This is you. This is how you are here. The Emperor in reverse with the Ace of Swords. The Emperor in reverse is telling me this is not a good person. This is someone that wants to use up your warm-hearted energy. And you're seeing this is the truth. You're seeing this as the way you see this person. You can't unsee how you see this person. You know, you can't. And I feel like this is a lesson for you that now you're having to actually put into motion or act out, that you've learned. I feel like I need to shuffle then. I don't know why. It's just the energy. There's something I'm missing here. I'm trying to figure out what it is without pulling more cards. What am I missing? Truth, the truth, the truth here. Also, some of y'all are doing really well for yourself, okay? You are in this Nine of Pentacles. You're comfortable. You're set. You have everything you need, everything you want. You're abiding by the rules, the book. You know, you've done everything right. You're sitting on the right side of justice. And this person sees all of this and they're trying to take it in a way. Also, this person's learning something about their own abundance or independence. Be careful of this too as well. This is someone that is, their only focus is themselves. And they're not focused on anything else. And I think, unfortunately, this is like a realization that you've had. This person also knows that you know this, that you know, they're just a selfish person. And that's why they're coming in very desperately, trying to get you to see them differently. So this person's going through a tower moment in their life. Tell me more about that tower moment this person's going through. Anything I'm missing there with that Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant? Also, this is someone that maybe... Snake is here. That's what I was fixing to say, by the way, anyway. Wait, something else turned up. Third party. Well, I didn't want to fully address this, but this could be somebody that has, you know, snuck around behind your back. And I don't know what the circumstances yet are. This could be, if this is family or friend, you know, something here to do with third party. They've done something here deceptive behind your back. Definitely someone that you know you can't trust. But this is also someone that really, some of you, there may have been some sort of hookup here. Or this is someone that's trying to get that from you. That kind of threw me off. Let me see if I can bring myself back. Let's shuffle. This is someone that comes across as, in the past, they may have had all their ish together. Like they made it look like they have everything. They're doing great. You know, their overall energy is good. Like the potential in this person was phenomenal, you know. But that was all a mask. None of that was real. What is this third party energy here? This person, this tower. The Four of Swords. This could have been someone that cheated on you. Or just lied about you. And the Five of Pentacles. Some of you, whatever this person did to you, they had it done to them. You remember in the beginning of this reading, I said, I don't know, I feel like there's something that's either gonna happen or has already happened, and like this is like what you're seeing as this person coming towards you. That tower could be that, being left out in the cold, and yeah. Tell me about that Ten of Pentacles now in reverse. I'm going to get off that for a second. Yeah, you look at there. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles with the Mother. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This is lost potential, a lost opportunity, you know. This person's, I feel like they're seeing you as a lost opportunity, or they lost an opportunity to have some sort of solid foundation with you, because they do see you in this motherly, nurturing kind of energy. Tell me more about that Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. See, I feel like you have been building or working on yourself, really been doing some introspection and finding your internal strength of what you're going to do about this situation and the boundaries that you need to make sure that you set for yourself, regardless of how giving you are. You know, your motherly, nurturing energy, you can tend to perhaps overgive of yourself. And this may be someone that really took advantage of that, or still does at times, or tries. You know, it's harder when it's like family. But you're becoming like, this person is, there's no way they can put on a mask with you anymore. As soon as they put that mask on, it just falls right off. Like, you've seen what you've seen with this person, and you can't unsee it. And it changes everything for you. So they're coming in, they're trying to convince you otherwise. There may be even some truths that this person tells you to try to get you to trust them again or be vulnerable. Because, you know, if someone comes in that has been deceptive, how do they get you to trust them again? They give you a truth. They give you something that you didn't know. Because it makes you feel like, oh, well, I mean, this person they are being honest now, so maybe they'll, you know, maybe they are going to be honest now. Maybe they've understood their lesson or what happened. They're going to try this on you, but I don't feel like you're going for it. I don't feel like you're going for it at all. And I think you're going to just progress forward and move away from this. You don't see the value in this. Yeah. Knight of Swords in reverse. That is a hard person to deal with. This is like somebody that just says whatever, and reacts inappropriately. So, and you're like, what? You're like, you're being crazy. You have a Nine of Swords that's here. So they do this out of anxiety, out of fear. What are they so afraid of? The Ten of Swords. They're afraid of the loss. This could also be somebody that fears, you stabbing them in the back. So, it's crazy is when you turn your back on someone that has narcissist behavior. It's right there. Then all the deception, all the lies that they have created and played out, they can turn that around on you. Their biggest fear is that because you now see them in a different light, that you could expose that. You can expose that. You can tell someone else, like, no, they did this, this, and this to me. And you exposing that person because of the way that they react in this situation, this person, or what has happened, they don't want that to happen. And their reaction may be somewhat shocking to you or unbelievable. It's like somebody freaking out. That's what it feels like. It feels like somebody just flipping out. Queen of Swords in reverse. That is why. Because you've cut them off. Because you're putting up a boundary with them. Because you don't want to be their friend. That's here. They're not a keeper of trust. You cannot trust this person. They're not supportive to you in the way that they need, and you know that. Look at this. You have a Knight of Wands, a Knight of Cups. This person is planning here. They're planning on coming towards you. They're waiting for the right opportunity. Their energy is very scattered all over the place. Very manipulative. And you had to cut this person off. Well, they're trying you again. Reconciliation and hookup. This person also is lonely. And even if you were around this person, if you gave in and you sympathize with this person in any way, it would not last long. That's what hookup is. It's something that just doesn't last. It's just out of convenience, Anything else that we need to know about this person with who's coming towards pile 3? Guess what fell on the floor? Breakup is here again. Walking away, ending separation, it's over. Single. That's something else here. This person doesn't, if you are in a relationship with this person, they don't want you to be single. They do not want you knowing that you are out with someone else or even dating someone else or whatever, or even just out. That this person can't handle that. They don't know what you're telling that. Even if it's a friend and you're getting together with one of your other friends and they're saying to themselves, what are they telling them about my situation? What do they know about me? They're afraid of being exposed. So we have breakup and single. Also, for some of you, they may have just broke up with someone else and they're coming back around to you. Player. That card is always out. It always comes out, always. Between the lines. You are definitely getting between the lines when it comes to this person. You're realizing this person they are a player. And you don't play that game. So I think you're letting this person go. If this is a family member, again, this is a manipulator. This is a charmer. And look, it says being tested. This is someone that's going to try to get you alone as well, try to isolate you in some way, or want you to themselves. We saw that possessive energy. This is someone that you've ended things with, or you've just isolated yourself from, or you try to. Tell me more of what you need to know Let's ask what you should know after this with this person. What do you need to know about this person after this happens? Yeah. Bottled up in outside influences. This person may be in fear of you talking about them, so they may go run their mouth about you. Try to jump the gun on you, try to get ahead of you. You know, you see the mass that's here? This person has a lot of stuff that they're holding up, that's pent up emotionally, and they may be trying to influence others before you get the word out, you know, like grasp of greed, possessiveness. That's it. Okay, let's get some advice. I'm about tired of being in this energy. I don't know about y'all. I can tell you are. I can tell you are. You're like, oh my God, please no. You may be kind of unprepared for this. It may come in very, it's almost like you knew there was a chance of this, but you kind of thought it maybe some time's gone by, or I don't know, you just kind of felt like you felt better about it, I guess, but then now here it comes. What advice do you have? Look, it says materialism, selfishness is on there as well. Healthy changes, number 9. Number 9 is the hermit. I talked about you going within and doing the introspection. You know, putting in that inner effort for yourself, where you're opening up to this and realizing this is something that's it's not worth investing in. It's not good for you, and you don't feel safe or secure with this person. And you know, we don't feel safe or secure with someone. We aren't at peace. We aren't at peace. We can't be happy. And who wants to live their life like that? So this is like about boundaries, protecting your peace. It says there's something in your life that isn't helping your body and mind. Focus on creating a wellness-focused mind and body. One more, please. Came out weird. We have the unseen. I saw this a while ago, too. I should have said it. Number 70. There's a greater force at work behind the scenes, taking care of all the details. Let go of your specific expectations. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say that. Okay. Number 58. Walking the path. No matter where you are now, you are exactly where you need to be for the next best thing to happen. So know that you are on the right path. And it never fails when you do get on the path that you're supposed to be on and everything's going good and you're just moving along. That's when you're tested. That's when, unfortunately, it's like our spirits up there and they're like, hey, look how good they're doing down there. Aren't they doing great? They've done all this work on themselves. They think they're doing so good. Let's put something in front of them and just see how they react. Let's just see if they make the right choice. Let's just see. Let's test them. I think they're ready. I think they're ready to be tested. Let's test them. And here it comes. What advice do you have? 2 cards. Take them both. Someone needs to embrace their life purpose here. You may be focused in or trying to figure out what you're wanting to do. This also said divine purpose. So you may be needing to focus on your life purpose, on yourself here. Number 34. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you're on the path of growth. So you are definitely, this is part of, even if you don't want to hear it, this is part of your healing path. You know, sometimes someone comes back around just for us to have that little bit of extra reassurance that we have grown. We don't buy into them. We don't listen to them, or we still see them in the same way. And we've grown by knowing what boundaries to put up. And I mean, that's the test, right? That's part of it. You may be getting a lot of signs or synchronicities. 444 is the number of protection. Number 26, recognize the signs above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to the divine guidance. So what they're saying here is they've been sending you messages, been sending you guidance, letting you know that this is coming. You may have been seeing 555. You may have been seeing, the Tower card a lot if you're in tarot, or the number 16, or there may have been some inklings that this is something that was coming towards you, in some kind of way. They're trying to prepare you. It's also what I'm doing. I am not a morning person. I don't know if this person's a morning person, evening person, or a night person. But that may be an indicator. This could be something that takes place in the morning, even. You have love yourself first. I love it. Yep, perfect for your reading. Loving is easy. It should be. It should be. It should be easy. If you've never been in a really healthy relationship, you don't fully grasp that until you are. It really should be easy. Everybody says, love's so hard. It's so hard. It's hard. It is hard to an extent. I mean, especially if you're growing with someone else. If you're in a relationship like that, because you change independently, then you also have this unit together that you grow together. And sometimes that's difficult because you're in different kinds of energies. But overall, the message is you loving and caring about each other and what's best for each other and what's the most important thing for each other, and not wanting to hurt one another. And those are if those are the core values of a relationship, you know how to deal with conflict. You know how to work through it. And you also know that conflict is supposed to lead to growth. It's supposed to help bring out the insecurities in both of you, of where you are insecure in yourself or in the relationship. Work it out. Work together to resolve it so that the whole relationship and unit is stronger. So loving should be easy. And this may be something that you're going through, you're learning. Okay. Have you ever been in a relationship with one person? Let's just say a friend, a really loyal, committed, trustworthy friend that you have, and you say, you just know that person would never hurt me like that. I just know. Like, you have that inner knowing. You just know they would never hurt you like that. That's the way a relationship should be. That's the way love should be. It's just the world makes it complicated sometimes. Yeet or be yeeted. Okay. We have N, Q, G, H, N, and U. Okay. And that's all I got. That's all I see anyway. All right, guys. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all your love and support and kindness, of course. Hope this helps. Sending you all the love and luck. And thanks, guys. And I hope to see you soon. Okay, guys. So pile 4, if y'all chose 20, healing, and it says the dream temples of Asclepius, Greece. Okay, so I'm going to actually play what this represents because I think it's important, okay? So let's see. What is the dream temples of Asclepius, Greece? Let's see.
The dream temples of Asclepius, known as Asclepia, were healing temples in ancient Greece, dedicated to Asclepius, the god of medicine and healing. People visited these temples to seek cures for their ailments, often through a practice called incubation, where they would sleep in the temple and receive healing dreams. These temples were considered centers of both medical treatment and spiritual healing.
Okay, so the reason I wanted to do that, to say that, and that was way quicker than me trying to say it. Let's just be honest. But the reason that I wanted to mention that is because of what all she said about the dream thing, okay? So the incubating people putting people into an incubator and then putting them into a sleep state, into the dream state for healing, might have some significance to you guys. I don't know if that's something that you're interested in, something that you've looked into. I do feel like that may be really beneficial to you if that's the case, So I just wanted to mention that. I wanted to put that out there because of this card being healing as well, is, maybe some sleep meditations, going to bed at night, listening to a sleep meditation for healing, maybe some vibrations, something, some beats, something to kind of get you to that place, I think would be important. Okay, so we're talking about who is coming towards you. I do feel like there's perhaps something here that's coming towards you that's going to push you into this healing phase, okay? I feel like someone's bringing you something that's going to bring up some stuff that's going to push you into a place to where you have some realizations and then you go into this healing phase, okay? For some of you, this may actually be something physical, like you may actually be going somewhere to get some healing done. And this is, or this could be someone coming towards you that is offering you this in some sort of way. Okay, so there's some different types of circumstances that I'm seeing here. So let's just take a look. These are the characteristic cards that I'm going to start with. The number 20 as well is also judgment. And you think about a renewal, you think about cleansing yourself. And so there is this overall like fresh, new feeling here of cleansing and healing. Okay. Let's see, guys. What or who is coming towards pile 4? Can you tell us about this person? Revolutionist. It's about justice. Getting justice. Adventure. Memory. See? There's something to do with going into like a sleep or hypnosis where there's some kind of memory that's surfacing here in some way. There's someone here that's seeking justice. This is someone that's seeking justice. They're making a plan. They're seeking justice. Maybe for you. We'll see. You also have a repairman. They're trying to repair something. We have the careerist here as well. Dreamer of grand schemes. Vision. Cunning. Okay. So this is someone that can be quite convincing. This is someone that's trying to repair something, trying to restore something here. May want to restart here. They're trying to avenge themselves. Let's say that, think they're wanting some sort of justice here. This could be somebody that you're healing from. With repairman, they want to heal something, okay? Want to restore something. We have genius at the bottom. So this could be someone that, look, genius and lawyer. I think this person feels that they have something knowledge-wise that would be healing for you. But you may see this person as someone that's, very intelligent, or they just have some kind of extraordinary ability to be able to find things within yourself that maybe you can't. It's like a therapist you can tell them your story and they can tell you what's wrong with you, or something like that. It's like this person may just be very smart, as well. This is someone that is coming to your defense or that wants to defend themselves. And they have this like idea around this vision of how they're going to defend themselves. They have an idea of how to defend themselves, how to resolve the situation, how to convince you with that lawyer energy. Someone trying to plead their case, okay? They're trying to plead their case. You do see this person as someone that does fight for what it is that they want. They do fight for themselves, fight for their rights for things. Okay, this could be a gym rat, somebody that works out a lot. Or maybe they just like being in the gym. Maybe they don't work out a lot. They just like to get on the treadmill and watch everybody else. Or they just like the atmosphere. Who knows? Tell me something else about this person. The meditation mishap. It's so crazy. I talked about meditation. I feel like this person has realized something. There's this big aha moment that's here. I think it's like they weren't looking for it. This is something that just kind of snuck up on them, and they were like, I know exactly what to do. I know what to say. I know what to plan. I know what went wrong. You know, it's like that kind of feeling. Because this is a meditation mishap. This is like a bad trip, right? That's what that looks like. Look at all the skulls in his mind there with Jim Rat. This is someone that could be like searching with Jim Rat, you know, really trying to figure out. I think maybe they have. I think they found it. I think this is someone that has figured out something about them that may be somewhat toxic or not right, and they feel the need to bring you some sort of justice. Okay, so let me describe this person if you don't already know who this is. This is someone, they may be someone that's focused on their career. They may be someone that's focused on their physique or their routine, you know, with they like to be grounded. They could be heavy earth sign. I feel heavy Capricorn energy, but it could be Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. But I do feel like this heavy sense of needing to have some sort of groundedness. There's someone here, they're wanting to come in to point out to give you a different perspective or point of view. They feel as if they have some information that would be healing to you that they have figured out. But something has resurfaced for this person, some sort of memory that caused them to have this awakening with behavior. Okay, so I keep reading, and I'm trying to go back to who this person is so y'all know who this is. Actually, this is going to be hard because I just feel like I'm just channeling right away, like what this person's coming towards you with, but I need to know more about this person. This is someone that is protective of themselves. They may be somewhat of mystery. They like it that way. This is someone that is, they may work for Institute or, I heard hierarchy for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, there's someone that tries to stay very focused. Like they have a vision and they play that out. They are intelligent or they have some sort of skill. Or they're very skilled. They know a lot. But they are kind of more of a independent person. And they are convincible. This is someone that is cunning. And they can work the situation to their benefit. This is like someone that's still working on this. And they got some kind of information, whether that's an awakening in themselves or something else. I'm channeling again. Where they're wanting to bring you some sort of justice. Back to this person. I'm sorry, guys. I keep doing that. Let's just pull some of these cards. They could work, like they may have to wear uniform. There may be someone that restores or repairs or fixes something. Memory. They're trying to pull something up with you. Rocking horse. Lack of consistency on and off relationship. Indecision. This may be someone that was back and forth with you a lot, or hot and cold, or there was a lack of consistency somehow or another with this person. This is how you know who this is. How do you know who this is? Call for. The clock is slow progress. So it was like not the right time. Maybe the timing was off with this person. This is why this was on and off or back and forth in some way. You have solar eclipse here as well. So this was unexpected. Something happened here within this connection or dynamic. What was unexpected. There's like this, it changed your way of thinking, or it changed something to do with this connection or this person, either for you or them, maybe both. I think it was healing. I think that there's something, whether you're ever going to be with this person or not, or whatever the situation, there was something really significant, really healing that the two of you mirrored to each other that you may be well aware of. This person's just now waking up to it, and it's about themselves. And they almost feel like this urge to want to bring you this knowledge or information that they now have about themselves in order to bring you like some kind of peace. This person feels like they can offer you healing. I don't think that it's necessary, because I do feel like your energy's already in this place. Some of you may have also been getting dreams about this person, but I feel like you've surrendered this. You know, it never fails, like that when we actually surrender and then accept it and surrender it over, that's when something like comes back around, right? Sorry guys, I have my phone next to me and I've been waiting on an important phone call. So this may have been, now my phone's trying to listen to me. Stop listening to me. This clock here in solar eclipse, it's 2:45 right now. I don't know why somebody needs to know that. Maybe somebody needs to know that, 2:45. Maybe that's an important number to you or something. I don't know what that means. I don't know what angel number that is, but anyway. This is like the timing was off in some kind of way. But this interaction with this person somehow or another really kind of changed our world. And it was unexpected. And there may have also been some sort of a cosmic intervention that occurred between the two of you. You have sacrifice here with two hearts and friendship. A difficult decision, falling in love, and friendship. For some of you, this may have been like someone that you're falling in love with and you couldn't, or this could be like went from a friendship to a romantic relationship, or there was someone that was stuck between two different people. Like they had a bond or a friendship here, and then they had someone here that they were falling in love with. You have proper offer in reverse, so it's like there was something to do with, there wasn't a proper offer, this person didn't give you a proper offer or something like that. I feel like they feel as if they didn't know what to do with their priorities. You know, this says must give up something to win. I don't think this person really gave up what they needed for you to manage or to prioritize you in some way. Okay, so let's get the tarot. This may be someone that you feel like doesn't fully understand the grasp of meditation, or it could be a social media junkie. You may not know that about this person. Oh, I just saw a black butterfly. I love it. I love there's butterflies everywhere right now. Caterpillars all over the place. Me and my son found so many in the backyard. Anyway. So butterflies, like, I feel like this person has evolved in some way. You know what this feels like? I'm going to read the energy, okay? I'm going to read the cards, I promise. This feels like somebody that has had some sort of rude awakening. And they may understand or see maybe how they've played something out, how they treated you, or something about themselves that they're waking up to, that they're realizing. And it's like somebody that feels like they owe you an apology, that they want to bring you something. They feel like they feel like they need to bring you this, you know. But I also feel like this person has, like, there's also something else that this person desires that's playing out, but I don't feel like they're totally fixated on it. Okay, I just started channeling again. So let's just get the tarot. Okay, here we go. I saw the Four of Pentacles. That's like somebody wanting to hold on to something. The Nine of Swords in reverse. They want to come clean. This is going to rattle you, I'm not going to lie. I feel it. I feel like it's going to rattle you. You may not feel that way. Look, the Fool in reverse. You may not feel like it. It will, but it will. You're going to... Now I feel like I'm going to cry. You're going to be... Oh, man, guys. These readings have been like the worst roller coaster that you could ever go on emotionally. It's a feeling of, like, you didn't think that you're going to be emotional about this person. But the energy that they bring when they come towards you, there's a sadness to it. Okay. I'm nervous to get the tarot out. This is healing, though. You know what it reminds me of? There's this person that I have in my life. And they weren't very nice to me at one point. And it took a long time. I healed. I healed from it. It was hard. It's one of the most difficult things I've ever done. Very, very hard. But I healed from it good enough to find myself again, and be happy. And I realized that I didn't need to know what I thought I needed to know. I didn't need the apology like I thought I did, or understanding like I thought I did. I figured out how to be happy just knowing I am who I am in myself and what I deserve and not. And I surrendered it, I just accepted it and I surrendered it. And wouldn't you believe it? Like 2 weeks later, after I've had that kind of realization of, I think that I feel better, I think that I'm okay with everything. They reached out to me and apologized. And I didn't think that I would be emotional about it because I was already in such a good place. But it was like a gift. It was like a gift. Here I go. After I did all the work, on myself, after that happened, and it felt horrible. And it was just like a, icing on the cake. Anyway, okay. It's that feeling. Y'all's reading. Oh my gosh. You're going to make me want to drink. These readings. I don't, or I haven't. I don't mind having a glass or cocktail or something every now and then, but I haven't actually drank in a really long time. I don't think it's healthy. It actually causes a lot of inflammation too, which is not good for you, and who wants that in the summer? Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about this. I don't know, maybe this is part of what this person's wanting to talk about. But he has his arm up, and he has his arm up. You see? That's how you know who this is. Jim Wright. Meditation. Mishap. Okay, we're going to use the... Breathe, everybody. Let's just take a big, deep breath. Tarot on... Tarot of the Owls. That's the name of this. The Fool and the Queen of Swords. Libra, Aries, Aquarius energy. Maybe. What does this person want? Oh, that came right out. Finally. Look, the tarot was like, golly, you've been talking so much. We were just waiting for you to ask this question. Taking forever. Nine of Pentacles. Why is this person coming towards Paul for? What do they want? They're trying to avenge some decisions that they made. some realizations about them, and they want to, that's what they want to bring you. They want to bring you like an understanding of some choices that they made, not the best choices that they've made. They understand maybe perhaps why they made those choices. The Four of Cups, yeah, that's kind of what I just said. It's like that, you know, they've been looking back, reevaluating the past and what they've experienced, not just with you, but other relationships here. I feel like you've helped this person in a big way, but they've never told you this, or you don't know this, and this is what they're bringing you. The Queen of... That made me emotional. I don't even know what I was going to say. Just for whatever reason, I put that card on the table and it made me want to cry. What is going on? That's Sagittarius energy. The Queen of Wands in reverse. With careerist. I think this person had at some point the wrong vision of you. Like, they had the wrong idea about you. This is partially some of the information that they didn't see you. And just like they didn't see themselves. Let's see what's going on here. This is going to rattle you, though. I do feel that. Because you go from the Nine of Pentacles to Two of Pentacles in reverse. It's like everything's going good here. You're just moving along. You're feeling good about yourself. And this Nine of Pentacles energy, looking at your garden, looking at what you've grown. You feel good and comfortable. Same thing I said, guys, in my story. You know, I was feeling that place. And then here comes the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And it's like building a garden and enjoying it. And then you realize that you forgot, you know, you didn't put the right soil down or something like that. And yeah, that's what this person's, part of this person's issue, I think, is. They didn't form the proper foundation with you. That Two of Pentacles in reverse is the imbalance, right? So this person that's coming towards you, this is what they're wanting to address, and the choices that they've made. But this to you is going to shake you up because, like I said, you're doing good on your own here. You're in this place here, and then all of a sudden, you know, someone comes in and just kind of shakes things up for you, and it's not expected. I need to keep going. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here? There's that energy. There is that energy. I'm trying to describe this. The Nine of Wands in reverse. I also feel very tight in my chest. Very tight in my chest. You know that feeling when you're trying to hold back your emotions? Or we're trying to keep from crying? Keep from showing your emotions. There you go. That feeling that you have when you're trying to keep from showing your emotions. That's the Nine of Wands in reverse. In this reading. I mean, I feel like you're no longer in a place to where you're concerned about, you know, what has transpired here. You're just in a good place. Why is that Two of Pentacles here in reverse, this person? There's the King of Swords. There is most definitely a conversation. We saw the Queen of Swords earlier. Didn't I? Didn't I? Maybe I didn't. We'll see if she comes out. No, but you have a Queen of Cups there at the bottom of the deck in reverse with the Three of Swords. This person knows what they did to you. They know that they hurt you. They know that you're guarded too. They know that you're holding back emotionally, or you're guarded because of this Three of Swords. That Hierophant in reverse. This person was, you know, not they couldn't see something that they now see, and they may have even rebelled from this relationship, like they wanted their independence or commitment to themselves, or only committed to themselves, or they may have broke a commitment here with you even, because, or hurt you in some way, because they couldn't get out of their head, or maybe they felt like they didn't have a choice even. But this person knows that they hurt you. And they know that you are protecting yourself from them. They don't, even if you're with this person, they don't feel like you're not open up to them. And this may be something that they're realizing is maybe you were never opened up to them if they hurt you, You can never fully be comfortable or secure or safe with them emotionally. Or this could be also something this person's realizing about themselves. And when you're not able to be when you're in a relationship with someone that's very non-emotional, or they have a hard time understanding how they feel or expressing their emotions, and this can be created through all different kinds of things, especially like growing up and who we're around that's showing us what love is, they could have gotten to where they protect themselves, protect their emotions. They're very guarded. And when you're in a relationship with someone like that, all of that is like, there's a lot of avoidant behavior, and they can come across as deceptive, as sneaky, or as mysterious, and that's not secure. That doesn't feel safe. And this may be something that this person's realizing, that is, you never felt safe with them. They never provided that sense of security with you. And the foundation of the connection was not stable because of that. Why is the Four of Cups here? The Eight of Cups in reverse. Here's the thing, though. I feel like that this person, they don't want you to walk away from them, or this is something that they reevaluate is why you walked away, or that they're reevaluating the emotional attachment that they have to you and why that is. Give me one more card for that. There's something else that's there. Ten of Pentacles. This is someone that may have felt good about your connection, but they didn't feel safe. They may have not have felt safe because of how the foundation started, which is why they may have mirrored that to you or projected it onto the relationship. But they may have went back to some other stability, or just going back to what they're familiar with or what they're used to, because that's more safe. Even if it's not where they want to be or what they want to be doing, it's just more safe than, taking on a risk of losing someone, or taking on a risk of getting emotionally invested. So it's like this push-pull, Why is the Queen of Wands in the reverse? The Eight of Swords in the reverse. There also may be someone here that they're breaking away from that has really kept them in their head, has really kept them stuck. I really think some things that you have mentioned or said to this person about themselves, or about a relationship, or about someone around them, or just themselves, is really like hitting home now, as perhaps some time has gone by. This is like somebody trying to, like, they see the value in themselves now, but you haven't, and they're trying to like live up to that. They want to be that person. You know what I mean? Um, this could also represent you with this Queen of Wands in reverse. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. It talks about not feeling nurtured when it comes to that sense of security or confidence. So this could have been something that really that this person could be recognizing really pulled, made you feel insecure. And I want to go back to the emotional thing, because if this person's not expressive, or they don't express it in the way that is your love language, you can kind of start to feel like insecure about yourself or the relationship. If you're not feeling love, like what love means to you, this may be something this person never really understood, but maybe they're understanding this now. And for some of you, it may be because they've been treated a certain way by someone else. But not everybody. That's not everybody's story. Can you tell me more about the Eight of Swords in reverse? The King of Cups in reverse. That's what I just got done saying. This is someone that's not, they may have came across as emotionally manipulative because they just weren't open and honest about how they felt. Like they just were afraid. This is like somebody that's afraid to love or afraid to be in a commitment with someone. They're afraid to show themselves fully to someone else and be vulnerable. So they come across manipulative emotionally or deceiving. They put you in your head, make you feel anxious. You don't know what to think about them. I think this is something that this person's realizing that what they've done to you. The Eight of Wands in reverse. Why things didn't work out. Why things slowed down in the past. I don't know. This person's just, I feel this person, what are they ultimately wanting here? It's a feeling of wanting to take responsibility, but I also feel like they have some sort of desire or wish around this as well. If you're not with this person, this is someone that's hoping for everything, but will take nothing. They just want to, they feel obligated to bring you this clarity or truth. If you're with this person, this is an expression of why maybe this person has slowed down or pulled their energy back, or they've been kind of back and forth or hot and cold here with you. This is something you may have been frustrated with about this person. Knight of Wands in the reverse. They struggle with what it is that they want because of all this. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this is someone that was non-committal. They were just focused on themselves, that Nine of Pentacles. What do they ultimately want? What do they ultimately want from you here? Why are they coming towards you other than to bring you this information? The Lovers, told you. This is someone that sees you as a partner. This is someone that some of you may already be in this relationship, but this is like a choice. This person wants you to choose them. Hermit, they've thought about this a lot. They've thought about this a lot. If you're with this person, I don't think that you know this yet. How deep of thought this person has put into your relationship or connection, and where or how it's gotten to where it is. But there's something they want to like redeem themselves with, or give you clarity or truth about, that they feel like they need to redeem themselves. They need to take responsibility and be honest. And I think that they feel like this will be healing for you. Gemini and Virgo's energies there. What does this person actually really want? The King of Wands. What does this person actually really want? Leo energy, Page of Swords. They want to. This is someone that wants to prove to you something. This is somebody that wants to be honest with you, truthful. The Page of Swords is, they're determined, you know? They're determined and to show you, to tell you something. What does this person want with you? Why is the Hermit there? Temperance. Why is they've made peace with something? Why is they? It's like this person's made peace with this either way, right? Why is the Lovers here? You have the High Priestess, Pisces energy. This is big. There's a lot of major arcana right here. Why is the King of Wands here? Death in reverse. There's another one. Scorpio energy. This person is asking you, or they might, and all of you know this. This is like their true intentions. I think this person wants to redo something here with you. They want to start over. They want to redo something, or they want to. It's like reliving another pattern. This is someone that feels very in tune with you. Your intuitions line up. You're very in tune with one another and understanding each other, and you know, on another level, like your higher selves are just connect. You know, this is someone that feels very spiritually even connected to you, with this High Priestess and the Lovers. Sagittarius, Pisces, Scorpio. This Temperance is with that Hermit energy, with that introspection. I think this person's, they're trying to figure out how they can make some kind of compromise or bring balance to the situation, bring harmony or peace to the situation. And this is what they ultimately desire, though. They want to be on the same page with you. This person wants like another opportunity. Why is the Page of Swords here? Page of Cups. This person wants to, it's like starting over. And it's like you go to the page, right? From these kings and these queens, you go to these pages. So from a king, here you go. It's like a starting over. Someone that's being very honest too. Trying to be very honest, trying to like put their, you know, best self in front of you. Ace of Swords, honesty. This is somebody that wants to have a conversation. They want to keep it light, or try to. They may start by keeping it light, but then I feel like it gets very, very like focused in on the connection and the understanding of the connection and everything that they've learned and everything else from the connection. And there's a lot to think about here, that this person gives you a lot of information. It also gives you peace. It gives you peace of mind as well, which is great. And the Nine of Swords is at the bottom, which is also peace of mind. In reverse, and the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and the Star with the Emperor. And the World. Let's keep going. Okay, we'll stop there. We got cut off. So the Tower in reverse, the Three of Wands in reverse. Something didn't go as planned. The person didn't plan for something. And it's like they've went back to the drawing board, and now they have a better plan and understanding and grasp of everything. You have the World and the Emperor here. It's divine masculine energy, Aries energy. You have the Star. So this is someone that they've wrapped up a cycle, wrapped up a lesson, a chapter, and they're ready to start a new chapter. And they have this desire or wish here with you. This is also healing with the Star. And these two cards right here are what I was talking about before. They want to get out of the cold here. They want to get out of their head. Or they want you to get out of your head. This person wants to give you peace of mind. Okay. See what this person would say. Let's see what this person would say. What would this person say? What would this person say to pile 4? What would this person say to pile 4? Okay. You broke my heart was here, but it didn't turn over. And so I feel like this person, you may already realize that. You may have broke this person's heart. Not that you did anything wrong, but you may have walked away, or you may have done something. I don't know. It's different for everybody, but it's like they do feel brokenhearted, but they're not, that's not what they're bringing to you. That's not what they're bringing to you. They're bringing you what they feel like that is the honorable thing or right thing to help you to move on or get healed or out of your head, you know, give you peace of mind. So it's like they're not focusing on themselves, whereas before maybe that they did just focus on themselves. I love you unconditionally. I wish I'd treated you better. I'll wait for a sign from you. Thank you for leaving me. I'm starting to understand our connection. I'm not financially stable, and I'm so attracted to you. That's why the King and Queen of Wands is here. There's a lot of drive, passion, or fire here, you know, with each other. This is someone that may not feel your intellect arouses me, is at the bottom. And children, so children could be important in this relationship, or this could just be, you know, also a new beginning. We got it. So that I'm not financially stable, it may be. Then maybe this person isn't financially stable and it's been an insecurity in some way. Or it could be that, you know, the financial stability could just be their sense of feeling at peace or home, feeling safe and secure. And they're maybe not happy where they are, or something's going on with their sense of security in some way. They may not have everything as together as they want, you know. Tell me, what kind of energy is this going to put you in? Okay. Unhealthy choices. What kind of energy is this going to put you in? Twin flame. I knew that was coming. I could feel it. I could feel it with the spiritual connection and everything else that was there. So this is someone that's in your life that changed your life significantly. Something. This is their mirror. I said that. The two of you mirrored something in each other. I'm sorry if I hit the mic. It was a strict accident. The sun is here. So how are you going to feel about this? I think you're going to feel good about this, to be honest with you. Unhealthy choices is, I feel like this is just you reevaluating, because it does say focus on your health. So this could heal you in a way to where you kind of can breathe, and it helps you to focus back on yourself. You know, when our head has a lot of static in it, even if we don't, it's not hurting us, but it's still there taking up room. And this may be one of those situations where, because of this conversation, or this, whatever you're getting here from this person, it clears that room so you can focus more on what's important to you, what you need, your own health. Even for some of you, this is like bad habits, because when we are anxious and stuff, we do things that aren't good for us more often. Some of us, if we're trying to get rid of our anxiety, right? And that doesn't have to be bad. I mean, you could be working too much, drinking too much coffee, going to the gym too much. You can do that too. Or just outdoing yourself, in some way, trying to stay busy. All those things. This is something that you're going to realize, like, gives you that sense of relief to where you can move on from that. And And then you have twin flame there. So this is a connection where you feel like this is someone that has definitely changed your life significantly. They pulled things out about yourself that you couldn't see yourself, but now you do see, and you can be a better person for it and have a better life for it, you know. And then you have radiant sun. It gives you your confidence back. It gives you a confidence boost back. Gives you more optimism about your future. And you feel more fulfilled because of this. Again, you didn't need this. Remember my story? You know, you didn't need it. It's a gift, okay? Okay. Keep exploring is here. Number 12, level up your expectations and don't settle for what you already know. See how you can improve your life. So that's what I was talking about before, about improving yourself. This kind of gets your mind free to where you start thinking about, okay, what's important to me? What do I really need? You know, you're not having any clutter about this situation. So again, it just frees up that space where you can start to explore, you know, improving your life even. You have Angel of Dreams. I mentioned dreams in your card? Remember I said something about meditation and dreams. It says angels have been working with you during your dream time by giving you important messages to help you with your situation. So for some of you, you are getting those messages in your dreams. Maybe hypnosis dream could be relevant. Just write down things immediately when you wake up that you remember, even if it's an object, a word, situation, whatever it is. And then see what symbolisms those are, or come back to those later and see if it makes sense or means anything to you. What else? Oh, I wasn't going to pull anymore, but here we are. Joyful times. That was in the same spot in another reading. 71. It says, yeah, I'm going to leave this under here too. It says, a celebration is coming up. A wedding, a proposal, a birthday, or an achievement will be a wonderful time in your life. So this is telling me that there is going to definitely be some, you know, the sun here with this. You're going to have this like overall energy of some kind of a understanding, and there may be some sort of achievement because of this. Like, again, I talked a lot about freeing up your mind space, puts you in a place of confidence. What happens if we have more confidence in our life? We do better in all areas of our life. We trust ourselves more. It's easier to make decisions. It's easier to do everything, you know? 65, warrior spirit. You were born with the warrior spirit. In order to survive the path of knowledge, let your challenges bring the best out in you. And that's what we're seeing here is these challenges here with this situation, that it's brought out the best in you. Okay. If you don't know that yet, you will, okay? You'll see it. What advice do you have for Pile 4? Look, regain your focus. Number 27, trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded. And then we also have number 35, trust the guidance that you're receiving. Archangel Uriel has blessed you, has blessed you with a brilliant epiphany. I am also present to clear away your worries so that you can trust the divine guidance. Change is coming at the bottom. Yes. I am here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyful opportunities, joyful times. That's a double confirmation there. If y'all stick to this reading long enough. And also I did, if y'all remember, pointed out that I saw a butterfly out my window, and there that card is. The last card is butterflies. And it's also the number 7, which is about finally feeling like you're aligned, like you're where you're supposed to be, you're where you're meant to be, you're on the right path. Everything makes sense. You know, that's a rare thing in this life. When you start to really align and fall in that pattern where everything's just working out for you, you know. because you know, we've experienced things that throw us off mentally. Oh, I love this. I love this because it says, love is never wasted. You also have the new moon here with some hearts and stars on it. So that's healing there, new beginning. You have the world. So this could be someone at a distance. Could also be like closing the cycle here and having that closure with the world and being able to move on from that. You have feeling good like I should. You have the little rocket ship, so getting the hell out of Dodge, maybe there, I don't know. I thought I heard somebody knock on my door. So this could be like moving, you know, getting on from something quickly, or it's just you feel like you're kind of rocketed into a whole new beginning for yourself. You do have sex right there in the bowl, or sexy is here. So I need to point that out because it's right in my face there. Seek is also there. Okay. Key. And then you have life is tough, but so are you. Yep. Okay, guys. I am going to leave y'all here. All right. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all your love and your support and kindness, of course. I hope this helps. Good luck to you guys with this, and I hope to see you. I really messed that up, didn't I? Good grief. I'm trying to lean it. Okay, for those of you who are still sitting here watching me, I do apologize. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.